Welcome, everybody, to the official author's book launch. You've been listening to me probably for weeks, excited about this new release. And the reason I'm excited, I'll tell you that in a minute. But first, I want to thank you for being here. Come on and say hello. Tell us where you're from. I know we have people from all over the world. And I do want to make an announcement about that because I am streaming this live in several places on social media, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on Facebook. And so I don't know where you are, but tell us down below, where are you watching from? Okay. So for those of you that don't know me out there, I am Gloria Coppola. I get to be a little crazy sometimes in life and I just do things spontaneously. Is that you? Well, when I do that, magical things happen. They always happen and evolve. We got the UK and Canada here. Hi, everybody. So these things just seem to evolve. And one of the things that evolved was leading up to this book. But it didn't start with this one. It started with the same title. I just had the book. Here it goes. Almost 5 years ago. And the magic, look at all these people from all over the world. Yay, welcome. The magic of this is when you listen to your guidance, your intuition, you never ever know where it's going. And my first guest today is kind of talk about that a little bit because Marianne St. Clair was in the first project when I received divine guidance. We got Wisconsin, oh yes, and we got Virginia and Texas. India, yay. Okay, everybody. So let's see. Okay, so I want to lead in with this story. I just had somebody private message me for a second. I'm sorry, I got distracted. But so I have this gift. Are you gifted? I have this gift where I'm guided, and Marianne was one of those people that guided to be part of this first book. And now we got a second one with 14 women changing lives around the world. But I invited Marianne because her story in here is called Reclaiming My Sovereignty. And that is so important for all of us. And so in the background, I'm going to be bringing in different authors all day long at their time of their schedule. So stay on. I have got prizes if you registered for this. Okay. But let me just really quickly introduce Marianne. Marianne is an internationally acclaimed muse. Do you know what a muse is? Well, maybe she'll explain that, okay? She's an expert at leading people through expanded embodiment. And her story was about her molestation when she was a child, but we had to work on that story so that it came across empowering. And I am so excited to bring this amazing woman on here because she reclaimed her sovereignty and she's got a special message for you. Good morning, Marianne.
Hello, Gloria. Thank you for having me. It's such a pleasure to be here. And this is just such a grand time to celebrate this second book. I'm so honored to be a part of it. So,
I'm honored to
everyone,
have you. You know, just real quick,
yeah,
you shared a little bit of something with me that was so powerful that I'm not going to even interview you. Just go for it.
super. Thank you so much. So, hi, everyone. Once again, my name is Marianne St. Clair, and I'm one of the authors in the first book, as Gloria said. What a transformative, amazing experience it was for me and has led into deepening the work that I do and I'm here to do on this planet. So I'm here to talk about women standing strong together and about sovereignty. When you reclaim your sovereignty, it's really taking back power in your life. It's taking back your power to make your choices and defining your own identity, your own reality, and being able to show up fully so that you can experience freedom, fulfillment, and authenticity in your life. And so I know from my own personal journey from being molested as a 6-year-old, not once, but twice by 2 different people. When I first came to Gloria to talk about, my story and putting my story in the book, I wrote my story, and it was very surfaced, and it was, she really helped me dig in deeper and deeper to find those fragmented parts of myself that were, hidden and that were just really, needed to be reclaimed. And so that's what reclaiming your sovereignty is you can take off those masks and those walls that you put up to hide yourself. Um, and it has also allowed me to, really connect to others in a more deep and meaningful way. I mean, I'm able to experience love and be loved now on much different level, and I'm also I'm so much happier in my life. So I don't know if you've ever been on a journey like that, but I know these women that are in this book, the journey to be able to write their stories is really claiming their sovereignty. It's about healing. It's about taking back your power so you can be a beacon for others. And that's what these women are doing. And that's what, they've overcome their struggles and their challenges so that they can guide others to do the same thing through their story. How powerful is that? That they can write something and it touch somebody so deeply that it changes their life, that they see themselves in these stories. And I just have to say how proud I am of these 14 women, how proud I am that they've gone through this difficult time and they've been able to share their story. For me, mine was around sex and molestation, and now what I do is get into those topics that people don't wanna talk about. The topics such as porn addiction, sex addiction, being, uncomfortable in their body shame, guilt, and those are the areas that I am here to serve in. As I've reclaimed mine, it's not only meaningful work, but it inspires others to take those leaps to do it for themselves. So I wanna thank you for the opportunity, Gloria, for being here today. It's truly a blessing, and this whole journey has been a blessing in my life, and I just want everybody to take a moment as they listen to these stories to celebrate because they are all coming together, changing their life, the people around them, but also the ripple effect that this will have on the world as people pick up this book and as they continue to share their stories now from a place of being sovereign women standing strong together. So thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, thank you. And I just want to, we're getting some messages here that there's feedback. If you have Facebook open, please close it or anything else out there because that can also throw some feedback. But Marianne, thank you so much for sharing because your journey really has been one that I have been watching since your original story in the first volume of Women Standing Strong. So if you guys want to read this, this is available on Amazon and you can read Marianne's story. Marianne, you also have a gift that you are giving today. Can you tell us about that? Because when I spin that wheel, we will announce the first winner.
Absolutely. So there is a gift for women. It's a guide to reclaiming your pleasure because as a muse, the muse is all about the feminine. And I believe that we all have really taken a back seat to our pleasure and play. And it's really, we don't make pleasure a priority. So this is a guide to help women to reclaim their pleasure. So,
All right. Okay, so I'm gonna put the wheel up, Marianne, and we're gonna see who wins your guide. So hang on, everybody. Just hang on for a second. I gotta pull this up and we're gonna spin the wheel. Okay, I'm ready. Can you see it out there?
mhm.
Okay, we've got a winner. Pat Van, are you on live? Winners must be on live to claim their prize. If you are, say, I'm here. And if not, we're going to have to pull another winner in a little bit. So we're going to give you a moment to do that. In the meantime, I'm going to come back on here with the ladies and we are going to move on. Uh-oh, where did my live stream go? Oh, Marianne, I had asked you a little bit earlier to also tell the group what a muse is. Can you do that for us?
Sure, sure. So, it's been a journey of reclaiming all of the feminine parts of myself. A muse is really here to inspire, not about coaching. It's about finding that that's already within you and then reaching out into the unknown, into the ethers, and bringing it into the known. So it also is about creativity, as we know back in the old, in the ancient days of Roman, there were the nine muses that really very highly revered to with the new concepts, bring in the new knowledge. Well, now there's modern day muses, and I'm one of those, and you're going to be seeing them as the feminine rises. You're going to be seeing them come forward more and more. So I'm here to lead that forward and really bring in new ideas, new concepts that change the world.
Well, thank you so much.
I
And I
needed my
appreciate you
sovereignty
being
to
here.
do that. I
Yes,
needed
you did.
you and telling my story and reclaiming those parts of me, and it would not have been possible throughout this process. So I'm in such gratitude for you, Gloria.
Well, same here. Thanks again. I got to bring on our next guest. We are going to move. Thank you, Marianne. Have a great day. We are going to move quickly through this because we have so many people to introduce in our book launch for Women Standing Strong Together and our artist, Beverly Ash Gilbert, who will just mesmerize me with all her paintings. So, coming up next, there's a very woman, a special woman, dear and near to my heart. And the reason that is she stalked me for years on Facebook. So Tika, who's my assistant, thinks she's the number one stalker, but this lady actually started sooner. Ha ha, Tika. Anyway, we're going to throw a little humor in here along the way. We're going to keep you inspired and uplifted. And if you have a question, please post it down below. But I want to tell you that we have over 15 prizes and 9 additional prizes that I'm giving, including a grand prize. But you must be on here live to claim it when the wheel spins and your name comes up. Okay, so back to this woman that's been stalking me forever. Yes, Tika, she topped you. She did. She did. Paulina is a fellow Italian American who lives in Italy, and her story, oh my gosh. The reason I fell in love with her and her story is I saw a video on her timeline of something she did to help her mother while she was caregiving. And I knew this woman was someone I had to meet. And we got to meet this past August in Italy. But I'm going to bring her on real quick because we got to keep this flowing. And Paulina she is a coach. She's an amazing woman. She's multilingual. And here she is.
Hello, Gloria. Hello, everyone. It's great to be here.
So, we're here today to find out a little bit of insight into your story that you haven't shared yet because you've done an author interview. What do you want to tell people out there? Like, really, why did you write this story? I know you talk about a legacy, but what else? There's got to be something else. Per amore. What message are you putting out to the world?
Is per amore, because there's so many different levels of love, and that when we live in the level of love and above and give from love, so much comes back. We don't realize that. We go through life so fast and we don't even take time to slow down. And when you put love in everything, there's a different energy that's there, and you go away from frustration, irritation, anger. And when you give with compassion and love, the people transmit it back to you, and then it re-energizes you and it just grows. It's not a constricting energy, it's an expansive energy.
And you do share that in your story very well. at a moment where you and your mom were together, and you lifted her up, I believe. Is that true?
Yes, I would stand her up so she could, not so you wouldn't get sores and be moving and get the air around her body and stuff like that. Yes.
Can you describe what that feeling was like, to feel that exchange of loving energy that maybe was a more enhanced feeling than you've ever had before?
Yes, it's like strands of strings and ribbons that just emanate out from the person, and it comes back to you. It's I can't, it's undescribable, but it is so powerful that I even had to ask the therapist, what is this? Is there something wrong with me? But it's also the hormones that the mother gave you, the trust. And so she's communicating to you
Yeah, the
through,
oxytocin, right?
yes,
That feel good hormone. Wonderful. You know, I know that a lot of us out there that are listening probably have different times in our life where maybe we don't feel loved by a parent, or we think we need to love them more. And when you read Paulina's story, it's going to help you understand what it took for her to have that experience that she craved. And I hope that it inspires all of you, to grab a copy. You may win a copy today from one of our authors, okay? So I'm actually going to spin the wheel, because whoever name comes up right now will get an autographed copy from you, right, Paulina?
that's correct. And I'm also giving away beautiful cards, mindful meditation,
To the same person, or are we doing two drawings?
whatever you want.
We've got to keep it easy here. So I'm going to
All
do
right.
one, and that one person is going to get both those things. So let me pull this up again and see who our next winner is. You must be live to claim your prize. Oh, that was a rhyme, wasn't it?
I like that.
Kathy Angel, are you out there, Kathy? You must claim your prize. If not, later on, we are going to do another spin later in the day today, and we will find new people to give these gifts to. And for some reason, my video went off. Okay, there
There
we
you
go.
are.
So if Kathy is out there, claim your prize. And my assistant, Tika, is going to take a list, and she's going to put Paulina's name, your name, what you win, and then will get your address sent to me. So Tika, put my email up there, please, so they can email me with what they won. And we have more authors coming on. So I have them waiting in the background, the ones that are coming up next in the sequence. And you are going to get to meet next another really wonderful woman who's a good friend of mine and colleague. But Paulina, I want to thank you for contributing this story of love. Per Amore really is a story that touches hearts, heals hearts, and spreads love around the world.
Thank you, Gloria. Thank you. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have done it.
Oh, I think you would have eventually. I just kind of nudged you a little bit.
Thank you again.
Okay, thank you. So next up is a woman that I met years ago. She actually she's a coach and life coach and a business coach, and my thing is going a little crazy here at the moment. Um, but we also became friends and colleagues over the years, and she decided to participate in the first book, and that was almost 4 years ago. And in this one, she wrote a story completely different, although there was a little similarity I found. She wrote a story in here. Spirit is supposed to be shaky. Now, if you remember when I opened up this thing, I talked about, do you listen to your guidance in spirit or God, and how does it guide you? Well, Bonnie got guided again, only this time, Spirit gave her more to contend with. And she's going to share why she decided to share this beautiful story, another love story in a sense. So let's bring on Bonnie Bonadeo. Hi, Bonnie.
Hi, Gloria.
Thank you for coming on today. And, your story, One Day, Two Loves, is really a love story on a whole nother level, isn't it?
It sure is. And at the first chapter and said supposed to be shaky and shaken.
Bonnie's freezing up a little bit, so we're just going to be patient with the internet because we have a lot of people sitting in the background too. So if you're not up yet, can you just kind of, gals, get out of the green room and come on when it's your time, because that also pulls from the internet for us, okay? So Bonnie, why did you find it so important to tell your story this time?
Well, part of what I saw was that I recognize that a lot of people are grieving a lot over multiple things. The last 3 years have been tough for us. And logically, Gloria, we know that, there is life and there's death, and this makes sense. But emotionally, it's much tougher to go through. So I really felt like a lot of people were grieving and didn't know how to manage it, whether it was a loss of someone or something. And so I wrote the book to share my story, which was very raw and very recent, because I knew it would help me heal, but I also knew that it would help others heal too, to be able to read it.
It sure did. And I know that it was really raw for you when you were writing it because it happened like within that time frame. What do you want to tell the people watching out there, literally from all over the world? We got Ireland and Australia and everywhere out here and all over the United States and Canada. What's the real message behind your story?
That it's okay to grieve, and that we have to logically accept some level of loss in our lives, whether it's a job, a pet, a parent, a child. I mean, none of it's easy. None of it we want to happen. But there's this part that I want people to know that healing is a much as so immense. Healing is another gift that takes us on a different level, to a different plane of being able to evolve as a human. And it can take time, it can take patience, it can take people like you to be a great support person and loving support person, to say, you're going to be okay, you're going to get through this.
Absolutely. And I want to thank you for sharing your beautiful story in here. So go grab a copy and read all these stories, actually, because they are important and these women are changing the world. And Bonnie, I believe I have you down that you're giving a gift as well. Let me just see what you said. You're going to give book 1 and 2 together. So the lucky winner is going to get both books and could read these stories. So let me pull up the spin again. And if you're live, you got to be live to claim your prize. Then you will be the next winner, and Bonnie will be sending that out to you. And if for some reason we don't have our winners here live, I'm going to just, be sharing these gifts throughout the day. So there could be an opportunity that somebody else wins it if you don't claim it now. All right, let's go. Oh, Brooke Myers. That was close. I was sitting here on the edge of my seat like, who is it? Brooke, if you are live, please come on and say I'm here, and Tika will make sure that you are on our list to get that prize. Bonnie, thank you so much for being here today. Have a wonderful day, and let's cheer on all these authors. Send them love and hearts. And we have 2 more special guests coming up real soon. Take care, Bonnie. Thank you. Okay, so now, do you see this amazing painting? Amazing painting, isn't it? Isn't it gorgeous? This is called the Dancing Squad. And I found this particular artist just by coincidence on Facebook and began to follow her. And every day, these paintings that she did with women would light up my life and bring joy into it. And so when I was guided to, create the cover, I was like, what can we put on here that will bring joy to others? Because let's face it, the stories are real life. They can get a little heavy, but we want to lift you all up. So I am going to bring on my favorite dancing squad artist, Beverly Ash Gilbert. Cheer her on. Hey, Beverly.
Wow, Gloria, thank you. That was a lovely, lovely introduction. Bringing joy is exactly what I aim for. So thank you.
And you did it. You did it.
I paint women, and I guess it's a long story. So the stories that you write are with words. The stories that I create are with color and layers of color, to weave those stories onto a canvas. And I play with color and texture, and I use my fingers and I mix. I kind of follow whatever color is calling to me. And as I layer and mix them together, the canvas starts to fill up. And there are beautiful bits and some ugly little bits. There's areas that kind of flow together, and there are also areas that are really uncomfortable and they clash. But that's okay. I embrace all of it, and I stand back and wait for the canvas to tell me the story that I need to tell. If it doesn't tell me right away, I start adding more layers until the story starts to emerge. Sometimes it's an owl, or really bright, colorful flowers, or a really simple, serene tree or abstract. But more often than not, it's women, as you know, because you see my feed. And maybe a single woman in an orchard, or a group of friends dancing together like Dancing Squad. And sometimes the women have full dresses and a huge over the top moon. Other times they're just straight and serene and regal. But as I paint and I pull the story out with more and more layers, again, I embrace the little ugly bits along with the beautiful bits, knowing that mixture, that combination of ugly and beautiful is what comes together into a more complex and interesting story. Just like how the ugly bits and the beautiful bits of our own stories make us more complex and more interesting and more beautiful as a whole. And people sometimes ask me why my women don't have faces. And that's because I want to focus on the inner beauty rather than the specifics. And you also might notice that my women oftentimes have their arms in the air. And that's because raising our arms isn't just joy and celebration. It also fills our body with power and strength. It releases all those joy hormones. And I think that's so important.
I have a question for you.
Sure.
I noticed your paintings all have these little bubbles. Can you tell me what that? Because I kept getting sucked into them, trying to analyze them. What is the significance of them?
They're random. Sometimes they're seeds, like throwing seeds out there. Sometimes they are like stars, or
Earrings, I noticed. Like on this one, it looks like they were earrings.
yes,
like, oh,
yes. I that's kind of my little signature thing. I like to wear earrings.
yeah. I love it. I love your description, and just like writing, it is layers.
Yes.
I happen to be an artist too, but I struggle a little more with art than I do with writing, because it's different for me. But I've been doing it since I am a child, and I've been playing around with different medium. And I think do you have online classes?
I am working on online classes. I used to do in-person retreats, and I'm trying to pull those to online classes. I do have a lot of books. I have 6 different books. Oh, sorry, 5 different books. I'm working on a 6th. And I do have an online class that isn't about art per se. It's called Seek Beauty, Create Joy. Do I have 20 seconds? Can I share a little exercise?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I love this one. It's in my class, Seek Beauty, Create Joy, and it's something to just fill you with positivity and courage and joy. If you only have just a tiny little bit of time. So the first thing, you put a smile on your face. Everybody do this. Put a smile on your face again when you don't feel like it.
Smile, everybody. Come on.
Your body responds positively when you use those muscles, whether you mean it or not. So put a smile on your face. Put your arms in the air. That will give you an immediate jolt of positivity. And then on the count of 3, let's yell yes. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yes.
Don't you feel better already?
Absolutely. Absolutely. All these little fun things, sometimes we complicate life, don't we, Beverly? We look for these really intense things to bring joy in our life, and it is as simple as that. So thank you for sharing that.
Well, I wish you power and joy and strength, and I hope everyone surround yourself with beauty because you deserve it.
Well, we are definitely surrounded by it every time we open this book. So grab your copy on Amazon today and help these authors go #1 bestseller. They are getting close, but they have some extreme competition out there, and we have to push it through. And while you're doing that, I am going to bring up the wheel and see who is going to win. You got to be live, otherwise later on, I'm just going to put all these in the wheel again. Beverly is gracious enough to send an 8x10, correct, print?
Yep.
Oh my God, I wish I was in the wheel. Let's see who is going to win.
It's a print of the painting, not the book cover.
Right,
the painting.
Right, exactly. Okay, I see a lot of people live out there. If you registered for this event, then your name is included in this wheel. And if you not registered, you got to start subscribing to my newsletter, and Tika will put up the website for that, because more things are coming up and you don't want to miss out. So we're going to put this up right now and see who the next winner is that gets the 8x10 print of the Dancing Squad. And the winner is, woo, close, Patty Del Vecchio. Patty, if you are out there live, claim it now. If not, it's going to go back into the pot. And guess what? I have a grand prize later on today. Wouldn't it be interesting just to put everything in there for one person if you guys don't claim it? But Beverly, thank you for this journey with us. I appreciate you. And this cover, honestly, Beverly, I have gotten so many compliments from people all over the world about your art. So I know that you're going to be bringing lots of joy to people all over the place, including all these people.
Compliment I could hear. Thank you.
God bless you. Okay. Wow. Wow. So we are going to say goodbye to Beverly. She's an amazing. Didn't you like that smile and yes and joy bubble? Oh, I just got the chills. So we have a couple other guests waiting for us in the background, some authors in here, and they're both first-time authors. So I just want to remind all of you listening, there are prizes throughout this summit that will be announced continually. But if you didn't register and you are not live, you are missing out on autographed books and paintings and a gift basket and cards. So many beautiful things. And I don't think we had anybody live yet claim those prizes. So they're just going to keep going back into the pot. Okay. And later on, I have a bigger gap where we'll be doing a whole bunch of spins and give these gifts out. But next, there is a sweet woman in the background who has the most amazing gift of sound, of voice. And this woman used to be a student of mine, and I was actually present with her in Kauai when we were doing a retreat where this voice, this connection, this insight that she received happened at a sacred site. And the group of women, talk about women standing strong together, the group of women that were present held her in this sacred space because she wasn't even really fully consciously aware of what was happening. So her story, Dina's story in here is called Vibrations with Purpose. And I'm just going to bring her on and let her tell you a little bit more about why she found it important to tell her story. Hi, Dina.
Hello.
So go for it, girl. Tell our viewers why you decided to share this story about voice.
Well, honestly, because everyone started asking me about how I became an intuitive vocalist, and I would find myself kind of stumbling around it and saying, "Oh, well, I like had this experience when I went away for this Lomi Lomi training," and trying to put words to everything that happened. You kind of blip in and out, and um, so being able to format it better so that I could even speak about it better myself.
Is that all you want to tell us? You got more. Usually you're chatty Cathy, so go for it. This is your time to tell us, or if you want to do a little sound thing for them and show them what this gift opened up, it's up to you.
Sure. So just take a minute and tune in to everyone that's here today.
This is really special, everybody. So listen to this and feel it and expand with Dina. Woo-hoo.
There was already song like emerging before I came on. So sometimes my voice cracks and pops, but who cares, right? At the end of the day, like who cares? Hayanoshu, hayalatianu, hayanu shayalani, anatu ayanahu, ayalakiana, ayanane, anu ayalashi, ayanau. And usually I just want to keep on going until it feels like it's done, and that could last. It's different. Sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes it's 20 minutes, sometimes it's 45 minutes. It just depends.
You got to go with the flow, just like we all did, right? Including
Yeah.
writing these stories. You did. So you allowed for this tone, this voice, this gift to flow through. What changed for you in your life once you accepted it?
I really felt my confidence come online, and really learning to value myself and trust myself as well. And really, once I made that connection, really feeling that inner like drive within my own spirit as well, that I just felt like I had to share it with others. And honestly got to a point of where I would when doing massage with someone and just saying, okay, this might seem kind of different, but I just feel like I really need to start singing to you. And thank goodness there were lots of people who were willing to just go with it and trusted me enough to experiment with the sound, and also allowed me to develop it even more. Because in the beginning too, it would just start out maybe sometimes as more of just a tone, but after working with it for like a decade, it's evolved more with the tonality of it.
So why was it so important for you to write this story? Because it doesn't start out about this gift.
No, I felt it was really important to write it to help me bridge that gap between my old story and where I was, and being able to really like bring it into the light and illuminate this new path, because sometimes it's easy to stay stuck in that old story, even though we feel like we're telling the new, but really gave me this place of like, oh, I'm done with that, but also allowing it to empower me to realize how far I've come, and being able to share gifts of what transpired in the past to a more empowering place in my life.
I love that. I love that. And
Mhm.
Dina, today you're going to give away a very special gift, aren't you, for our some lucky person who happens to be live.
I am. For someone who is live, I'm actually gifting a vocal sound healing session.
And what does that include? Like, how does someone do that?
Well, it is virtual, so we meet over Zoom and we basically set an intention and talk a little bit about what you've been experiencing, what you would like to desire, or whatever you'd like to shift. And we just allow the tones and the melodies and songs to be able to help you get into a state of higher consciousness, if you will, almost like a meditative state, help you reconnect within your own self so that you can receive like the peace, calm, clarity, divine messages, whatever you are looking for in that time and space. And the song itself, like I said, that could last anywhere from 5 to 20 minutes, depending on after we talk. I realize that the brain kind of likes to do a little brain dump, and then we're able to go into that space. And then once that session is over, I go back into the recording. I'll snip out the part of where I sang to you, and I send that to you as an MP3.
And because we have people from all over the world, anybody that registered can win this, right?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
I have approximately 80 names of people that registered, and I'm going to bring up that wheel again. So if you gals and guys registered and you are live here and you say, I'm here if your name shows up, Tina's going to write it down, and then you will get your session with Dina. And if for some reason this winner isn't here either, all of this goes back in the pot again. And I just want to remind our authors sitting in the background, please stay muted so we don't have feedback. I keep muting a few of you, so don't put it back on until it's your turn, okay? We want everybody out there that's listening be able to hear us clearly. And we got people wanting this gift. All right, let's go. And the winner is... Rain is found. Are you out there? Are you out there?
I hope so too.
Okay, you have to say I'm here to win and nobody else can do it for you. You guys have to be live. If not, we will be coming back later and pulling a name for someone else. So you need to be live. Okay, Dina, do you have any last words of encouragement for people out there? Do you have your dog with you? That funny looking dog?
I do not right now.
Hey, Rain is here. All right. Yay. We have a live winner getting the healing session. How exciting.
Yay.
Okay. Let's see, some people are saying, I'm here, but they're not in the wheel that came up. All right, this is exciting. We want to get more winners, so please, if you registered, and if you know somebody who registered, authors out there that are in the book, please go tell your people. They better get on here because we still have lots of prizes to claim that no one said, I'm here. Okay, Dina, thanks again, and much love to you. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, so wow, that was exciting, huh? I love gifting prizes away. Do you? Oh, it's just so fun. While we're writing all these stories and we're kind of getting really, really deep into this space of healing and transformation, I have to tell you, every once in a while, we can find humor in our own life stories. And you might even find that a couple of these gals throughout the day decide to make you laugh because it can be heavy all the time, right? And carrying that heaviness is not what we want to do. Just like Beverly said, we want to bring more joy into our life. And yes, we have to process our stuff. We all know that. And every one of these writers, including the next one come up, can tell you how this story helped her heal and is even helping others heal in her ministry at church. So she's been a friend of mine and a colleague for a while. She's usually buying all my books, okay, meeting up with me because we're both in North Carolina, getting them signed. But now she gets to be a first-time author. She's got a book signing coming up at her church, and she is so thrilled to share this love that has filled her from God's divine messages she's received because of her journey. So I'm going to bring Linda on, and I'm going to let her tell you a little bit more about what she really want to get out to the world. So let's get her on here. Hey, Linda.
Gloria. Good morning.
Good
or afternoon,
morning.
actually, now.
Wherever we are, we have people from all over the world listening to you today. So it could be morning, afternoon, evening. We don't know, but it's afternoon here in North Carolina. So some of you didn't tell us where you're from yet. Go ahead and tell us where you're from because it's really fun. So anyway, we are piling up the gifts here. We had one winner actually be live. So there's lots of gifts, and I'm going to put all of these gifts still back in the pot. I also have a grand prize that I put in here as a bonus this morning. The authors didn't even know until a little while ago, right, Linda?
Mm-hmm. It's exciting too.
It's exciting. It's a good one. So tell us a little bit about why was it important for you to share your story, and how is it changing things in your life?
So I see a lot of people making posts on Facebook and everything about feeling inadequate, like they are failures in life, like they're not worth anything. And, you know, there were points in my life that I felt that way too. And one night talking to God, he showed me how he doesn't see us the same way that the people around us necessarily see us. He sees us differently. And that's actually the title of my story, is When He Sees Me. And so God sees us all as valuable. And so he wouldn't have, when he was creating everything in the universe, he could have created anything. And he thought it was important that he create each of us too. So he wouldn't have thought you were important. He wouldn't have created you. And so you're here for a purpose, and you're here for a reason. And so that is the ministry that I have, is to uplift and encourage people, and to tell people that, you know, it's like my pastor likes to say, if God woke you up this morning, you still have got a purpose. Because if you had already finished your purpose, you wouldn't still be here. So
Absolutely. So I just want to interject there a little bit, because in your story, you actually share about we could call it handicap, disability, but you didn't even know you had it as a child. It didn't really affect you. What was that like to realize in the beginning, I'm just like everybody else, until you found out you weren't?
right. So I mean, I was a 6-year-old with a hip problem. And at first, I didn't see myself as any different than anybody else. I had the same desires that any 6-year-old had, to run and jump and play. But having that disability made it difficult. I never even got to learn to ride a bicycle the right way until about 3 years later. And so it was really hard, you know, being in school and people choosing teams and being the last one chosen because nobody wanted me on their team, because I couldn't do the things that everybody else could do. And so it was really hard. You know, I can remember sometimes everybody had been chosen except for me, and the people doing the choosing would say, oh, well, you can have her. And it was really hard. So it really affected how I saw myself for the rest of my life, up until God shows me that he sees me as special.
You are special. And Linda, you and I got to know each other over the last 7 years or so. And you didn't even like me in the beginning.
Not at first.
And then
I have to tell y'all, I thought I thought Gloria was one of the pushiest people I ever met when I first met her. But she is. She's a really good friend now.
Well, and look at what happened. I pushed you into telling your story, pushed you into public speaking. No, I didn't. I encouraged you. So, do you still feel like I'm a pushy person, or do you understand the dynamics behind a confident person?
I do. I
Yes.
see. I know that you were just trying to help me to become a better person.
And now you're doing the same for others because I've seen your personality change too, where you're standing up for yourself more and you're helping and
Yeah.
reaching out. And I'm sure, all of us, when we go through changes in life, when we become more confident, we build our self esteem. Sometimes people don't like us. And you know what I had to learn? I had to learn, what our circle changes, and that's
Mhm.
okay. And sometimes people want to grow with us like Linda did, and some people just float away, and that's okay because we are all where we need to be, right, Linda?
Yep. And that's another thing that my pastor likes to say is our circle matters. And so we need to surround ourselves with people who uplift and encourage us and not try to knock us down.
Well, Anthony seems to think I'm pushy too, so he agrees with you. But Bev says we need that gentle push of encouragement, and that's really what it is. It's a gentle push of encouragement. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you. I do my best to help you believe in yourselves. Yes, absolutely. Okay, he's saving grace here because he knows he's still in that wheel and could win a prize unless I take him out. So obviously, we like to have fun here, don't we? Jackie is
We do.
saying, pushing is good, calling us to do more. Yes, it is. So we have another guest coming up soon, but Linda has a prize. And Linda, what are you gifting away?
So I have, in addition to an autographed copy of my book, I also have this set of 4 pins, and they have gemstones on top of them.
Ooh, pretty.
And so, yeah, I really like them because they go along with my message that I want to give the world, that God sees us as valuable, that we're rare individuals and He loves us all because of our uniqueness.
Oh, I love that. So we're going to spin the wheel again. You need to be live. Go remind your people, okay, that registered to get on here live because we have lots more gifts to give out. And I'm going to bring the wheel up so Linda can see if her person is out there live. Otherwise, this grand prize is growing really big. All right, who is going to be the lucky winner? Right on the line, Rita. Rita, I haven't seen you out there. I hope you're out there listening. If not, we're going to put it back in the poll. So you need to come on if you are live and say, I'm here because Tika, my assistant, is keeping track of everybody. And she's going to send that list to me so that we can get your prizes. So if Rita is there, got to do it now. Linda, thank you again for
Thank you.
being here today. We are going to move on, and I appreciate that you shared your gift and your message that God sees all of us. Thank you.
Thank you.
We got everybody else saying, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, except for the ones that need to be here. I think this is hysterical. I'm really glad you guys are here. I really am. Because, Tika, I want you to take the names of the people that are saying, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. I'm going to check to see if they're in our wheel later. And if they are, their name can still come up. But if they're not, guess what I'm going to do? I am going to add your name to the wheel as soon as I have a little moment to do that. But Tika, I need you to make me a list of all these people that say, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. Oh, Claire, thank you so much. I love making this world shine brighter and offering the gifts of these amazing women out here. And we have more coming up. So make sure you stay on. And then I have a grand prize to announce and a couple of special things coming up too. For those of you, Crisante, you say she's here, but she's got to claim it. She's got to claim it. Okay. They got to claim it live. If they don't, then Tika's got to be able to connect with them. I'm here as a friend of Nicole. Well, Nicole is coming up later, and she's a second-time author in our books. Okay, so Tika, get me that list because I'm going to add those names really soon. All right. So anyway, I talked about a grand prize coming up, and I have this big bag here. Do you see this? So many books, so little time. But it's not going to be just books that you're getting. You're also going to get a copy of my free intentional writing journal. Okay, I'm giving two of these away, one in the grand prize and one in the wheel, which we'll do later on. And there might be something special in there, so gotta wait and see. The other thing I am gifting away is a bonus prize that I have put in, and nobody knew until just a few minutes ago. I'm gifting away 4 sessions of writing coaching valued at $1,500, and that will be announced later. So if you are still on and we get all these names in here, then we're just going to have more people to gift prizes away. And I want to make everybody happy and get a gift, hopefully, because we got lots of them coming up. Okay, there's Rita. Rita's claiming her prize. I knew she was there, but she has to say it. Okay, so Rita, you are winning that prize. Oops. Yeah, you only get one prize, Rain. So make sure that Tika, you connect with these ladies and gentlemen that are winning today. Yeah, we've got some awesome prizes, Vanessa. I I was born with this generous heart. I sometimes get told I give too much, but to me, there's never enough when I have the ability to do that. Anthony, good one. Anthony is like, yeah, free trip to Italy. I don't think so. I would love to be in the position to do that, but I'm not. But I might have something to do with Italy later on. You have to find out. Okay, so I'm looking for her book. Where did it go? Where did it go? I had it here before. Uh-oh. I hope she has it with her. Deborah, do you have your book with you to show everybody? Okay, so I'm going to bring up a near and dear friend. Of course, everybody becomes near and dear to me once I meet them and love on them, and they love on me. And this woman, we used to own massage schools together, and we used to share the healing arts, with people all over the place. And then last year, this incredible dynamic woman, she was also in the original book. And she didn't wait for me to create a summit or a conference. She jumped in Delaware and said, all right, we're all coming here on this date. And it happened really fast. And we had an amazing first time authors conference because of, give her a big welcome, Deborah Finley. I think you need to unmute yourself, sweetheart.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Deborah, you are a mover and a shaker. I watch
Hi.
you on Facebook. I see what you do for people out there. You are an evidential medium, and you wrote in the first book. I'm trying to remember. Did you write about that? Surrendering to the divine plan. That's what you wrote about.
Yes, because of your divine coaching, because I really didn't know what to write about, but you helped me.
Well, thank you. And we went through quite the process, even with your book. Hold up your book. This book is her journey about being a gifted child. And how many of you out there, have gifts, afraid to share them? People tell you you're crazy, weird, and all those things. I know I can raise my hand. I've been told I'm crazy a few times. Have you, Deborah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anybody that really matters.
So tell us about, because you have so many wonderful things to offer in this world, but you talk about the divine plan, and I know that God comes through you to help so many people. What do you want to share with our viewers today? I'm going to turn it over to you.
Oh, thank you. Well, with the first story that I shared with you all through that wonderful book, Women Standing Strong Together, Volume 1, you asked me to write about the first time, that I knew how important my gift is. Backstory to very shortly is I struggled. I struggled with the acceptance of who I was. and how I was born. And I didn't have that behind me or that knowledge behind me. I just thought everybody was like me. And then when I found out they weren't, I had struggles with that. Anyway, um, so the reason I wrote my book was to help others who maybe are experiencing the same things that I had experienced growing up, and then into my young adulthood, and then further, into my adulthood. So I did it to help others. And what I have found, honestly, Gloria, and I think many of these women who are phenomenal, I'm so excited for you all, is that many times our abilities or our or our gifts really don't have to do with us. For me, as
Good
far as
point.
helping other people, I wouldn't have became a massage therapist even if I didn't enjoy helping others. I am also and had been a lioness, which is an international organization, that Lions Club. So I have served, on the board. I have a club and servicing others, helping others that are less fortunate. So it's just who I am, you know. So that's why I well, how can I put it? That's why I wanted to come on and share with you all that all of your stories, and I know I'm supposed to be talking about my story, Gloria, I know that, but all of my and all of your stories are going to help people. And I think that that's phenomenal. And it's going to help you. And it's going to help you heal too. It's going to help you develop better relationships with your loved ones and friends and family as well. So I wanted to say that. Any questions?
Absolutely, absolutely. And you have one of the kindest hearts out there. And I know that you do a lot of work for people that is challenging, especially when, Bonnie said that you did the most beautiful reading, after losing her father. Um, and people are loving our conversation. So thank you, everybody.
Thank
Um, and you and I have even done a little bit of work together with that level, because your gift is so powerful. But even those of us that are gifted, sometimes we need to stand together, right? We need to help each other. And
Absolutely.
we have done that for each other. And I want to thank you for inviting me into your life and into your world, because I'm gifted that way too, but I didn't take it on as, my vocation and career like you have. But just the other day, I think you'll get a kick out of this. I was having lunch with two newer friends locally, and the one woman began to share about her husband who died and committed suicide. And those of you that know me, I also lost my husband very tragically. And Deborah has done some readings for me too. About it'll be 25 years this year, Deborah.
Wow.
And while she was telling me the story, I could literally feel and hear her husband giving me messages for her. And then I found out that it's barely been a year or a year anniversary. And so he still hasn't, as you know, totally crossed over for a lot of reasons. Can you explain to our viewers why that happens sometimes, like why they're trying to get these messages through?
Yes. They have just transitioned to another level of existence, I want to tell you. They are not physically here, but the energy of them remains and their soul goes on. And again, I don't want to, push my beliefs on anyone. So just take what you like, what you don't want. But from my experience as a medium, they want to let us know many, many things. Okay. First off, they want to let you know that they're okay. Sometimes they want to let you know that they're sorry. Sometimes they want you to know that they understood what you had gone through. There's many, many reasons they come through. I wanted to bring the point because sometimes it comes through immediately, right, after, and it'll be
Deborah, can I stop you 1 minute, because we're losing part of what you're saying. When you go backwards, your
I,
voice gets so soft. So if you could like not bounce back, they can
I
hear
will.
everything you say, which is really good stuff.
I'm sorry. Oh God, help me. Sorry, I lost my thought a second. Okay, so I forgot what I was saying.
Want to get messages to you. They want to.
Okay, so when a spirit sometimes will come through immediately upon death, sometimes when that happens, the messages are not necessarily as flowy when you receive them as a medium and as the recipient. They might be a little bit more choppy, sometimes not. And when I say choppy, I mean pieced together. As time goes on and they evolve on the other side, for whatever reasons, okay, they can communicate more clearly, I want to say. Okay, that's been my experience. So anyone that's gone to a medium immediately after someone has passed, it doesn't mean that you won't get a flowy message, but oftentimes it's not, and it depends on, again, how long they've been gone. And then the longer they've been gone, sometimes the messages will again change. So, and those signs to you will change as well. So I wanted to let you know that as the audience.
Thank you for that. And I have experienced that too. And it is a beautiful gift to know that. I know some people have a hard time, accepting these types of gifts, or that other people have them. And some people have accused us of things that aren't so kind. But Deborah, I know that you are pure heart, and I know that your connection with God is immensely strong. And for that, I am grateful.
I am grateful as well. I really am. I again love helping, and this is a way that God made, and I can do that. I can be of service, and
You are a service. You have helped a tremendous amount of people find peace
yes,
in their lives.
absolutely. That's what the goal is. And again, grief itself is a process that is very personable. I'll get that.
Personal, yeah, it is. Everybody deals with it differently.
Absolutely. And there's stages that you go through. So be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself. I would also say, if anyone's going to see a medium, try not to put any conditions on it, like as if this is real, you'll say this to the person that's passed on, or you'll say that. And just keep your heart open and just hear what the spirit is trying to say to you through the medium. Okay. So that's what I would like to say too. But I am very that to God for my gifts. I really am, and for my abilities, I would say.
We always have to thank God for our gifts, for
Ab-
sure. So I'm looking at my list. I'm going down here trying to find your name. I can't find it on this list at the moment. What are you gifting away today? It'll be easier that way.
A book, just my book,
The autograph
the
book. Okay.
solo book. Yes.
Okay. So those of you that are here, there's a bunch of you on here. If you registered, your name is on that wheel. If you didn't register, I would love for you, because I know there's some on here that are live and you keep saying, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here, but I haven't been able to fast enough take a list and do that. I would like to add all you guys to that list in a bit, but not right now. But we're going to right now see who wins Deborah's book, if you're live. And if not, we know it's going back into the kitty. Okay, here we go, everybody. So these are the people that registered, but you have to be live. Karen Kizel, if I'm saying that right. If you are live, you won a free copy of Deborah's beautiful book. So you need to claim it by saying, I'm here, okay? And if not, we're just going to put it into the pool later on, and we'll let you know who you have to send that to. So thank you, Deborah, for being here with all your beautiful love.
Thank you so much, Gloria, and thank you for all of your help and support. I appreciate it. I really do. I wouldn't have done this without you. I really wouldn't have. So
A lot of people, well, because I'm pushy, Deborah. I'm pushy. And that's why people are here.
I think that you're a professional, and that you definitely for myself, you really inspired me. Like I said, that first story that I wrote in the first volume, um, it, I, I wouldn't have. I really felt stuck because I say this, and please don't get upset with me. I'm not a writer. You know, I can tell stories. But, however, I mean, I am a
Everybody can speak and tell a story.
true,
And a lot of times I do hear, I'm not a writer. But that's a false statement, because if you
right,
can write your name, you can learn to write your story.
true, true, and you helped me with that so much. So you inspired me. So Gloria has the gift as well. So she inspires you as well. And I would just say, just take ta- take her advice.
Thank you. Well, you know, I do have a gift, and that gift is similar to yours in ways where God guides me to connect with certain people and give them that nudge.
Yeah,
And also when they want to back out, and when they're setting themselves up for self-sabotage, which I know you and I went through in your novel, okay? Um, I don't let you do that, because I'm constantly being shown and told that your messages are important, and that I can actually guide, help. And I'm a life coach besides, okay, besides, you know, the whole spiritual realm of things that are my path. I'm a life coach, so I can see those blocks and obstacles. And let me tell you, if there was anybody that had not only obstacles from herself, but from the spirit world stopping, hold that book up again,
yeah,
stopping this book. I cannot tell you how many interferences happened through the transmission of her manuscript,
yeah.
that we actually got into a confrontation at one point, just being honest with all of you,
Oh yeah.
because she thought I was doing it and I was not doing
And
what
no, I
no.
did no, because I just could not. I just could not. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. I,
Doesn't matter. We did it. We did it.
I was determined as well. You know, I didn't give up. I was determined to finish
Yes, and that's what's important, to
because
have that perseverance. Yep.
it really is important. This book has a little bit of everything in it. It has about my childhood. It has about my near-death experience, and then it goes into other experiences that I had as a medium, as when I
Yeah.
worked as a medium, and also
Mhm.
exercise.
Okay.
So
So
anyway,
get her first story
yes, please.
before she wrote that, and then get her second one. Go order it, and you will see the progression of her life and her writing. Thank
Thank,
you, Deborah.
thank you. Bye bye. Congratulations. Bye.
Okay, who's having fun out there? I want to know. Tell me, are you having fun? Okay, we have some more guests coming up, and I am doing my best on a mini breakthrough on guest here after our next one coming up, to get some of these names in there. And Bonnie's like, me. She's like, me. I love Bonnie. She is such a sweet and amazing person. She is the one I mentioned. She's got 2 stories out there. So a lot of these authors did come back for, they came back a second time. So I guess I didn't really hurt so hard when I pushed them. Because they took that opportunity. Same with our second guest coming up, our next guest coming up. They took the second opportunity because they are growing and they are sharing and they are believing in themselves. And thank you, everybody. Give these women hearts. Just slam this with hearts, okay? Um, so I'm going to need all of you that are here live but didn't register. Can you just repeat that you're here? Because I'm going to enter after Chris comes up and talks. I am going to enter your name into that wheel so that we've got more people in for that grand prize winning. Okay. So I'm just going to copy some down real quick, because I know that my assistant doesn't see them all depending on where you are viewing, because some people are viewing on Powerful Potential and Purpose. Some people Gloria the Pusher. Bonnie, oh, that sounds terrible. That's funny. um, some of you are in the writers group, you know. But if you registered, like Jeff, you registered, I do have your name. I know you do. I know I do, because you were one of the final ones I think I put in there this morning. But I want to make sure that I'm finding all of your names here and getting you in there. So in the meantime, while I'm scrolling through here real quick to see who wrote I'm Here, I'm going to tell you about Chrysante. I always say her name wrong, I'm sure. She wrote in this one. See how many of them came back to be pushed again? She wrote her first story in here. And this one, to this day, still gets to me in such a magnificent, beautiful way. Because talk about a woman. Oh, wait a minute. It's not in that one, is it? It's in the other one. Oh, sorry about that. It's in this one, right, Chris? Okay. See, we have another collaborative book out there that actually, look at that. It won a Book Excellence Award. We have 5 different collaborative books that have been done with people all over the world. So let me pull that up for her. Okay, so she wrote a story in here called Free Falling. Now I want you to take those words in. Free falling. What does that feel like? Catch your breath. Catch your breath, because her story in this book is incredible. When Chris decided to do her second story, and I said something to her about her first one being really tragic, okay, and near death, she goes, no, like she just kind of blew it off because she's here to tell her story and she didn't die. But this was a woman who broke every single bone in her body after falling over 40 feet off a motorcycle. That's the free falling one. You have to read this story. If you need inspiration when you think you're down or broken or unhealthy or you want to give up and maybe you're even suicidal, you need to read her story or pass it on to somebody who does. Okay, so I'm going to bring her on here now. Oh, Tika's got, let's see what Tika's comment is to me. It's a necessary push, I feel like, especially for Capricorns who are stubborn. Yeah, you can be. You can be. Okay, so I'm trying to grab a few more names. I hope that I get as many as I can. It's hard to follow them all. I'm going to do my best and get these names in, but I am going to have Chris come on right now. Hey there, girl.
Hi, glad to be here. Yay.
I'm glad you're here too. And I'm just going to turn it over to you to share a bit of your inspiration, your faithful heart out there to tell our viewers a little bit about your story. Why did
Yay.
you really want to write it?
I really wanted to write it, Gloria, because it was a way of taking my power back.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, because after free falling, it was time to come home. It was time to come together.
What does that mean? Time to come home. Explain that to our viewers. I'm typing in some names too here. So I'm going to do that while we're chatting.
Coming home first inside of myself, because like you said, initially my entire body was broken. Internally, externally, I was completely shattered. So coming home was a way of coming back to myself, coming back to my heart, coming back to my spirit, coming back to what was true. That was coming home for me. So it was a way of taking my power back. After, after being broken, I was like, no, you will not give up. You will rebuild yourself one way or another. You will rebuild yourself. If you're alive, there's a reason.
There really is. And I like in this story, the second one. I love the first one. You guys really do need to get this book and read. And we have a ton of other amazing stories in here too. I won't talk about them all today, but each one, again, it's impactful. But in this new one, you took a whole different path with it, a whole different path with it. And I would love for you to share what that path is about.
The path is about embracing embracing the life that I have now, the women that support me, uh, the community I have, and feeling empowered in myself, feeling empowered, claiming my own power back.
And how did you do that?
Prayer, prayer. It is prayer. It is prayer and embracing everything that gives me joy, gives me pleasure. And beauty inspires me. You know, so I like to surround myself with as much beauty as possible, whether it's flowers or a plant or a pillow that's dear to me. You know, so I embraced all the beauty I could and went back to the beginning of my personal belief system and expanded from that.
The chat while we were working on the story, and I think this is an important one too, especially, especially for women. Okay,
Mhm.
I mean, men can relate as well, but we had a chat about how the focus in life sometimes is more on the physical being, the romantic partnerships, and I think that's really, really a powerful part of you coming home to what does it really mean for you. Because if you don't mind, I'm just going to kind of give them a little hint into this. You're obviously physically beautiful, and you're attracted to, men that find you beautiful, and you to men that you find beautiful, and you were in relationships that you shared personally. We're not going to share that here, that now you realize that's not what love was, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Share
Um,
something from that perspective, because I really feel that, just so you all know, Chris still has health issues. She still has surgeries. My God, how many surgeries have you had so far?
I've had 30 and I'm looking at having another one in the next few weeks.
Yeah. So her life's not, out there running around freely. You're
No.
still working on your healing. So tell all these beautiful people out there a little bit more about that relationship that you found.
Yeah. Yes, I had put a lot of my energy and my focus towards my mate or my other half, let's say, the masculine, which as a young woman, always, I mean, I always craved a partner, which I think many of us do, nothing wrong with that. And I had to learn how to give that up, that fantasy up. It was a fantasy that I was wishing for. And I had to learn to really surrender that and to look at the true source of my romantic partnership, so to speak, the true romance of my life, the great love. And that had nothing to do with another human being, and true beauty doesn't come from anything we wear or if we have hair or if we're bald, because I was bald, and none of that really matters. Our heart is where our true beauty is, and our true love affair is not with another human being. And that's what I came to learn through this whole process.
Beautiful. And the interesting thing, you introduced me to another one of our authors that are in
Mm,
this book. And she has a similar type of outcome that you did of what is real beauty, what is real relationships, and how she found it. And Irene's coming up in a little while. And so I want to thank you for introducing me to another beautiful soul, because that's exactly what you all are beautiful souls. And that's how I see you. So when you get to read her story, if you did you read it yet, Chris? Did you read
not
Irene's?
yet.
You're going to see that same kind of influence after we go through different types of relationships and different types of things that happen to us, events that happen to us in our life. Then we often find what it is that really is the relationship that we need with
Yes,
ourselves, our faith, and so forth. Do you
yes.
have anything else that you want to share with the people listening today? Any
I,
message?
I would say, embrace who you are, embrace all the beauty within you that maybe you don't see so clearly. Maybe other people say, "Oh, you say nice things about you," and we tend to say, "Oh, no, no, no." You know, embrace the beauty within you.
Say thank you. You know,
Exactly.
I had a lesson. If you guys think I'm pushy, train with Kahuna. Okay. I had a Kahuna once say to me, "You are an ugly receiver," to me. And I thought, and the reason she said that is because I always wanted to give, give, give. And as you guys can see, that's what I'm doing today, too, giving
Mhm.
you the gift of these wonderful authors and the prizes that we all have. But more than that, so many levels of gifting, but I didn't know how to receive. And
Yes,
I found, and I don't know how many of you out there can relate to this, please, definitely tell us if you do. Sometimes we overgive and compensate because of our own insecurities.
yes,
And when somebody wants to gift or something or says you're beautiful, we go, no, 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 thank you, no,
yeah,
thank you. And really, what you've done is you stopped them from sharing the joy that you
yes,
love to share. So it's actually a little selfish. And when I realized that, I went, I took that
yes,
breath. And now, when someone says you're beautiful, even if I still don't feel it 100% yet, I still say thank you.
thank you.
So honor the words and the gifts that people are giving you. And it fills everybody up, doesn't it?
And I had to learn the same thing because I was a giver and a doer.
Yes.
I was a doer. So to be a receiver was not something I was comfortable with, not at all. And I had to learn how to be a good receiver because in the beginning I was not a good receiver. I'm growing, I'm learning.
Well, and some of us, I think, Bev says it takes humility to receive compliments. Um, I think some of us were brought up in certain ways where, we shied away from that based on maybe parental guidance or something somebody said to us or school or whatever.
Mhm.
A lot of different reasons. But I'm just glad that you found the beauty inside of you. And
Thank
Claire says,
you.
I can so relate.
Thank you.
Yes, we have to learn to receive and make that energy equally flow back and forth. The other thing is we have another author coming up in a little while too. You brought up it's not our hair, it's not our jewelry, and she
Mm.
also had to learn a lesson in life that she's going to share a little bit in our book. But you're giving away something. You're giving away both these books autographed, right?
I will. I'm happy to. I want to give both here, and here they are, the beauty of both.
Okay, so I'm going to bring up the wheel, and I hope this person is out there because it's so exciting when you're live and you win. Okay, and I did add some extra names, but here we go. Let's see who's going to win both copies. They get both copies from Chris autographed. Linda Shepard. Linda, I haven't seen you commenting, but I sure hope you're there because I know you did reach out to me and want to be on this. So we'll see if she says I'm here. If not, that pot is getting bigger.
Oh, I want to give it.
We all want to gift our gifts away.
Yes.
Then I see you're here, but you're not the one who won. So we got to get that to Linda Shepard.
Mm.
But Bev, I'm going to make sure that your name is in there because we have a little moment for me to just go in there and type that up. Chris, thank you again. Do you have any other words that you feel compelled to channel to the world?
I just feel compelled to say thank you. Thank you.
You're so beautiful. Mwah. Thank you. Okay, everybody. I have to add another name in here that I just saw coming up. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to talk to you about our next guest. One, she has a great sense of humor. She did a Facebook Live yesterday about her book, okay, her story. And I'll tell you, I was just cracking up laughing because she just really has that natural way of just making life hysterical. And and her story is not so hysterical in that sense, but the way she presented it, oh my gosh, it was so fun to work with Rodine Isfeld, and she's going to be coming on. We met on social media. How many of you people out there meet amazing people on social media? Tell me, you're meeting some today, aren't you? Woohoo! Right? She is the best. I love her too, and I can't wait to meet her in person. We don't live in the same country, but we're going to try to make it happen in Paris in March, along with a few other of the women that were not able to come on live today, like Savvy Chef Linda Rose. She's got Sweet and Sour Story. You want one about relationships that seem romantic and luxurious, that go well, Savvy has a way of sharing that beautiful romance with life and travels and food, and then life shows up a different way, right? So there are a lot of types of love stories in here. There really are, and Reggie has hers, and let me see if I can remember fear and the art of living. That doesn't sound so loving right in the beginning, does it? But she started a love relationship with her emotions, and we had a blast doing this together. So let's give a lot of big cheers for my next guest. I see you have your fan club here. She has her fan club. Let's bring her on. Oh, there she is.
Hello, Gloria. How are you?
Hello, beautiful. You are shining radiant. When I was watching your video yesterday, something shifted in you, like when you were talking about all this, and I see it today again. You are glowing. You look like you're 15 years old. What are you doing?
I'm a best-selling author. I think that might be it. I mean, that's something to have your coffee with in the morning instead of fear, right? You get to look at a beautiful book that you are in.
I'm
That's
going
hit
to go check the
bestseller in
stats.
categories.
I'm going to go check the stats and give a report here, okay? So, guys, you got to go purchase some of these books. These girls need to go number 1. We got number 7. We got number 8. We got number 2. They need number 1. Come on. What are you waiting for? Go grab not only one copy, but you need to get a copy for somebody else that is going through challenges. And when it's their birthday, or even if you just feel like gifting them randomly, do it. Kindle, we got number 1 in 2 categories, and number 2 in 1 category, but we want the print book to go number 1.
Yes, we
Absolutely.
do.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yay.
So she just declared it, and we're all going to make this happen.
We are.
And when we are publishing books, there's a lot of competition out there, and more so than ever. But you know what I'm really proud of, Rodine? There's 33 million published authors on Amazon. Did you guys know that? 33 million. So
I had no idea it was so many.
I thought it was 25 until I researched it last night. 33 million. Because over the last 3 years during COVID, people had time to write, right? So they started self-publishing their books, okay? And as a result, it made for more competition. But that's okay, because there's a lot of great stories out there, right? But Rodine, this is how I feel. If we make a number 2 category against somebody that has had number 1 for so long, that has 30,000 reviews, you made number 1 too, in my book. Don't you think, everybody, right? What do you say?
I agree. For this particular book and this group of women, for us to launch, do pre-launch, and for us to be sitting where we are right now is really incredible. And that is, of course, thanks to our audience and thanks to our launch teams, thanks to you, right? Thanks to the other authors who have all put their heart and soul into their stories, right?
Absolutely. Oh, gosh. So many wonderful things we all shared together, didn't we?
Yes, we really did. The stories.
Here's what I loved about your story. I'm just going to give some of these people, if you don't mind, a sneak peek. This was my
No.
favorite part of working with your manuscript because you caught my attention. And when I'm working with writers and I'm teaching them how to grab attention and hook a reader, it's not always easy. But Rodine is also a teacher, and she teaches high school students how to write. So at first, I'm thinking, oh my God, she's going to teach me probably. So here is her opening paragraph. And this really, I just had to read more. And that's what you want when you're writing a story. You want to read more. I don't know about any of you out there, but if I pick up a novel and I can't get through those first few pages or that first chapter I might give you, I'm sorry, I close it. You got to keep me interested and going. And Rodine did that. And because she's also an incredible artist, she used her words artistically too. So listen to this. Or do you want to read it to them?
Ooh,
You read it to them.
I would love to
and go up
read
and
it.
do that first paragraph and that first question, and then we'll stop there. Okay?
Okay, perfect. Oh, this is like reading for my students at school. They love it when we have read alouds. So
there you go.
The sunlight cast its pale light on the treetops, and the early blush of color began to wake up the world when he approached. His hands were loosely relaxed inside his pants pockets, and his right foot settled firmly on the deck. He raised the rest of his body and swung his left foot to match its partner. For a figure so remarkably substantial, he proceeded with ease and drifted toward me. Good morning, Fear. Joining me for coffee?
I love that line. Good morning, Fear. Joining me for coffee. I was like, what is she writing about? And I had no clue from that first paragraph, but you intrigued me and I needed to know.
Thank you. Yeah, my story is about recovering. I'm still in recovery from severe anxiety and depression, technically diagnosed, as PTSD. And the whole process of writing helped me to really bring those emotions that I had been living with to life. And in particular, fear and joy. So I've had to do a lot of work with my fear, and I used to do that by having conversations with him and just learning how to love fear. And so you learn all about that journey in my story. And of course, I'm now at the place where, fear isn't scary, and fear is rather lovely and supportive. And of course, by loving my fear and not trying to push it away or choke it down, I made room for joy to come in, and joy came in through my paintings. So this whole experience has been amazing on so many levels.
Really has. And share with the audience too how you came up with your character names and which one did you forget?
So that when I submitted my first draft to Gloria, the bones of the story as is were there. But Gloria and I, through a conversation, she told me to literally sit and imagine having the conversation with the emotions and let them talk. Now, this was what I was doing as part of my healing, but that wasn't what I did when I wrote my story. So I did do that. And all of a sudden, I'll tell you, I had fear yammering at me saying, oh, say this. Oh, anxiety was over here. And the one emotion that I forgot, even though she was so important, was joy. So
and
Gloria
isn't
had
it
to remind
amazing
me.
that
I
we
described
forget
her.
joy sometimes? We can stay in all our
Yeah.
fear, our emotions, our sadness, all these things in life when we're going through stuff. And even when we find joy popping in, we still focus on the negative sometimes. Do you notice that?
Yes, I do. So yeah, she was in the story, but I hadn't named her in the same way that I named the others. Maybe it's just because they were so noisy.
They were loud.
And they were loud. And Joy just kind of came in with tinkles and sparkles, and she was just so much more gentle and loving, right? So maybe that's why.
Very interesting. I like that analogy because the fear, the anxiety, all those kind of things, they're like, "Rrr," they're pushy, aren't they? And Joy
Yes.
just floats in,
Yeah.
right? And she's kind of
Yeah.
there, kind of saying, I love you. You're great.
Yeah.
And yet
You
we
need to
don't.
pick up that
we-
paintbrush. Come
yeah,
on, girl.
yeah. And see, when I see you and speak with you, I see joy.
Aww.
That's who you represent to me, joy. Your smile, your
Thank
energy,
you.
your paintings, you are joy. And so that's why, in writing that, I was like, but we need to bring joy in.
I know. I'm so glad that you caught that and you were like, hello. She's
Hello.
right here. It's like,
She's right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys are going to love another story in here that Radine has shared during the time that we all have gone through COVID and the PTSD that arrived for a lot of people. Maybe they were fearing getting sick or somebody dying. Maybe they were fearing of losing their jobs. Maybe they were anxious to go out in public, right?
Absolutely. It really was a time where I think our fear became center stage, and it was such a part of our daily lives that it became hard to separate out or to even know what to do with it. So yeah, this story I think will touch a lot of people, not just women but men as well, and I think offer hope and inspiration that it is possible to find a place inside of us to love those parts of us so that we can then just go and be our joyous selves.
We have a really good question here. Stacy's asking, was it done on purpose that they had masculine traits and Joy didn't? I personally didn't feel that it was one or the other, but you tell us.
So the masculine and feminine, that wasn't something deliberate. So this story is, although it's presented fictionally, it's not really. When I first realized that my fear needed love and needed me, he was masculine. So the
Or it
characters,
was masculine in the
it
sense
was
of,
masculine.
okay, because I
Yeah,
know, yeah, like when we go through anger and fear and things, I think and feel, for me anyway, and maybe this is why we create a masculine kind of energy around it, is that the first time I experienced that in a family situation, like anger to me always felt masculine, and it made me fear things because my father can get very volatile at times. And so I think sometimes, how we're exposed to different emotions can also address it as a masculine or feminine when it's just an energy. That's all it is. It's an energy
Yeah.
that either takes us lower, like Pauline mentioned the different frequencies before. Maybe she can put one up about fear and anger. They're lower energies and they're denser. And things like joy and love that we consider feminine, they're just a higher energy and they're
Higher.
lighter. So for me,
Yeah.
that's what they have become. And I'm wondering if you see anything differently.
Yeah, just for the story, that was how they came out. That was how they presented for me. But I do think that there is that element of that energy, of that dense energy that feels it felt bigger than me and overpowering, which, I guess just for me was associated more with the masculine. But yeah, that's how they came about.
Oh, it's a very well thought out representation of how to move through PTSD for anybody out there, male or female.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I hope it inspires everyone who reads it. So
Well, I hope that everybody on here who hasn't grabbed a copy yet gets out there and buys at least
Yes.
two, move these numbers up
Come
so these
on.
ladies can become, they are a bestseller, but let's see if we can get them into that number one spot because they've earned it
Yes.
and they deserve it. Absolutely. So we've got here, Paulina did put anger is 150 on the frequency scale. Okay, so we've got to move that up. And Stacy says, thank you. Thank you. So Pauline, I
You're
mean,
welcome.
Radine, I was thinking, tell me what you think. I've
Mhm.
had some people asking, and 14 women, let's face it, it's like rounding up a herd of cats sometimes, right?
Yes, and I teach, and I know what that's like. You got them everywhere, and you have to
Got
kind
them
of rein
everywhere.
us all in. I
And
don't
then
know how
we
you do
got
it.
all these personalities, and some people are very organized, and some people are driven, and some people kind of flip and come and go.
That's me.
No, you did really good. And so people keep saying, "Are you going to do another collaborative book?" Am I out of my mind if I say yes?
No, I don't think you're out of your mind at all. I think that that is your passion and your purpose. And I think you do it beautifully. Look at the books from the authors that we've met today, right? Because we have our book, but you have other authors that you've worked with, right?
Check out that one. We had another book
Yeah.
excellence award, Breakthrough Wisdom of the Soul. So all of you out there, you got a lot of reading to do. And this also had some incredible stories that I'm not going to talk about today, but again,
Yeah.
ones that just blew me away. So this is what I am going to put out there is yes, I am going to organize another collaborative book
Ooh.
this year. And Radine, there were a lot of steps to this. Share with the people listening some of the things that you learned that you had no idea was part of this.
Well, there was so much. I mean, as an English teacher, for me, I'm like, I can write a story, no problem. But then Gloria still had to walk me through the process of changing my perspective and really looking at how to show my reader, not tell my reader, which is something I say to my kids all the time. But so there were those aspects of it, and being able to work with Gloria, like you really have to trust your writing coach, your mentor, your publishers. And if I hadn't had that level of trust with you, Gloria, my story would not be what it was. So that's for anybody who is looking to publish or is looking for a coach. Choose someone where when they ask you, it's a heck yes, like you feel it, right? Because that person is going to take you through a whole lot. The writing process, but even getting it published.
What did you learn about publishing and this whole book launch process? Because here's what happens, Radine. People, I'm an independent author. Okay, you guys, I don't even know where my own book is. Okay,
Yes.
okay, this is my first fictional one, although I've had a lot of nonfiction ones. Continuing beyond this book launch, did you get any skills or tools or ideas on what you're going to do to keep promoting? Did you learn anything?
Yes. Oh gosh, yeah. I learned that this is really all about it is about sharing our stories, and we have that heartfelt element, but it is about promotion. It is about I never thought publishing was a numbers game. I don't know what I thought it was, but it really is. It's about getting your book into other people's hands, getting reviews in, and it doesn't end. Like
Okay,
this is
stop
our
for a
official.
second. Did you guys hear her? She said this powerful word, reviews. Reviews. Do you
Yeah.
know how important it is? I know about approximately how many people purchased my book. And I know that there's only 42 reviews up there. And I know that some of them that they haven't put it up there yet, probably are on here
Yeah.
today. And sometimes we're like, oh, I got to ask again. I got to ask again. Don't make us ask again and again and again, because we don't like asking, but we have to, because reviews
It,
are what Amazon goes by to
yeah.
show these books out there. And you just got to meet most of our authors. We have a few more coming up. They're patiently waiting for us in the background. You got to meet some incredible people today. You've been saying that, right? And if you don't give them the reviews on Amazon, nobody else is going to know about how credible the story that you read is. Now, here's the thing: in order to be able to post a review on Amazon, you have to be a purchaser, a verified purchaser on Amazon. And a lot of people don't realize that. And so the review doesn't go up. And that's kind of sad. And so if you're spending like $50 a month, I easily make that. Do you make that? Oh my God. Yes. Who sits there and goes,
um,
I'm gonna get this today. Oh, this is on sale. I need this. I don't want to go to the store. I think I'll just
yeah.
buy it on Amazon. So I qualify. But you've got to put those reviews out there. Show
Yeah.
some love and caring to these people that took the courage to tell you these stories. And on there, tell us what you loved about one or two or the whole book, okay? If for some
Mhm.
reason you are not a verified purchaser on Amazon, you can go to
Goodreads.
goodreads.com and
Yeah.
set up an account there. Goodreads is the place where retail stores are looking, for new books to go in. It's also where avid readers are looking for suggestions. So go in to goodreads.com and you can also put your review, or you can put it in both spots. So yes, I am going to offer another collaborative package. And for those that think you want to do it, but you're not really sure, can you get through it? Rodine, are they going to get through it, do you think?
Absolutely. And you will love doing it. You will have moments where you're sitting looking at your computer going, I have no idea what to say, but it will come. It will come. Trust the process, trust yourself, and do it. You will never regret it. So I say go for it. Yeah.
Okay, and you are gifting something as well. We didn't run
I
that yet.
am.
So
No, so
what are you giving
I'm
away?
gifting I am gifting an autographed copy of our book as well. And I'm throwing in 3 hand painted art cards. So I do,
Ooh,
yeah, 2
your
northern
art is
lights and the
amazing, absolutely
sunset.
amazing. Okay, so we're
Thank you.
going to do the names again, and
Yay!
we have a couple more authors coming up. So
Awesome.
hang in there patiently; it is worth it. And then the grand prize winner. So if you leave early, you're going to miss thousands of dollars. Trust me.
Who,
Ooh, 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 ooh.
who is it?
Patricia Keel. I think
Patricia.
Patricia has been on here live. I hope she's still there live. Patricia, are you out there? Say,
Yay!
I'm here. Say, I'm here.
I hope
And
she's here.
I hope she's here too, because it's fun when they're here.
Yes.
She's here. She's here. Patricia
Yes.
Keel is here. Yes.
Woohoo!
Okay. So we need to mark her name down. And you're getting some of her beautiful artwork. Oh my gosh. Yay, Patricia. Yes. Well done. Well done. So see, it pays to be here. Okay.
Yay!
Rodine, thank you so much for being one of the fabulous authors in this best-selling, soon to be a number one best-selling book, because they're all going to go buy an extra copy right now to give as a gift to the next person that they need something really cool, right? Okay. All
Excellent.
right.
Thanks,
Thank you,
Gloria.
sweetheart. Okay.
Bye.
Oh, wow. This is amazing. Isn't it amazing? You're getting to meet incredible people. But I need to go do the wheel again. I have a couple of people sitting in the background, anxiously waiting to come share. But, and we're running a few minutes behind, but that's okay. We're having fun. I'm going to give away a bunch of books. All right. I'm going to give a copy of my book and this little pin that I made to listen to your heart and follow your intuition. So I'm going to give 2 of those away. So we are going to spin the wheel twice. I am also, Tika, pay attention to this, okay? I am also giving away my soul purpose cards. This artwork was created by me divinely over the course of 9 years. And sometimes doing artistic things takes me a long time. So, yes, I did paint that, and it's a huge painting. But on each card, on each photo, is a message that was divinely inspired. And I'm going to give a set of these away. So I'm going to go spin the wheel 3 times. Stay here because we have lots more prizes coming up. Okay, let me go bring that wheel up. Tika, pay attention and mark this down. The first spin is going to be for a copy of the book and the little badge. So let's do that one. Remember, you have to be live to win. Woo! That was close. Is Susie here live? Susie, if you are here live, please say so, okay? And then we're going to spin again. There's another copy of the book. I will autograph Too Many Goodbyes. Katie, are you live? Please come on and let us know if you are live, because we need to get these books out to you, and we need to get your address, okay? And so Dina loves the cards, and Paulina loves the cards, and Katie is here. Yes, let's cheer her on. Katie is here. So Tika, go mark it down. She is one of our winners today. All right. So do I have another one? I have another one to do, don't I? Okay. This one is for the cards. Okay, let's see who's going to win the cards. So we got 2 books going out along with the pin to trust your intuition. And the next one is for Jean. Jean, are you here? I know Jean. Oh my God, Jean, I haven't seen you on here. I hope you're here. Jean is one of our biggest supporters of our authors, and she is always, always helping our authors and promoting them. So I don't know if she's here. Margaret wants to know where she can buy them. I have limited editions of them. They can be bought through me. I also offer soul purpose readings through them and soul purpose coaching. So, all right. So we've got, I'm going to take this down because it's just going to go into the pot, right? Okay. All right. So we've got a couple of winners, and let's move on. So, patiently waiting back here has been Irene for a really long time. She jumped on really early. She's really anxious to tell you something. I could just feel it in the background. This girl has been working with me for 2 years on writing. She started out with poetry. And I'm like, yeah, but you should try something else. You should move into this. Let's try short stories. And at first she went, but I'm pushy. Remember, I'm pushy. I gently nudged her to be, she's laughing in the background. Not gonna, let's go see this beautiful girl. There she is. So did I push you or nudge you or encourage you or all of the above?
All of the above.
Well, I physically can't push her. Well, actually, I could because Irene came to North Carolina for a writing retreat, but I didn't push you off the mountain.
No, I wanted to jump though.
You wanted to jump. So, see, they want to jump. When you find me, you're ready to jump. And then she came to Arizona a year ago this month to an author's conference, and something happened to you there because you got really inspired, didn't you?
Yes. I was gonna go ahead and already start writing my book, but between one or the other, couldn't be done yet.
But you did start writing it. You did
I still have it.
contract to do your novel. And
Yes.
what did you learn about writing a novel?
A lot harder than writing a short story.
But a short story is a chapter in a novel.
Yes.
So you are well on your way. First of all, I have to tell you, did you change the color of your hair a little bit?
Just a bit.
It looks amazing. I love it. You look
Thank you.
radiant. I was telling somebody, don't take offense by this. I mean it as a compliment. I was telling somebody the other day that when I saw your professional photo, I saw a woman that blossomed versus the little girl I met 2 years ago. So this story really has empowered you to step into that beautiful woman who is moving forward because she was done. That's the name of her book, of her story. I'm done. So, what do you want to share with our audience today about that story, about that love story?
Well, that love story was more like a fantasy that most people would take off as. A, it was someone I knew since I was little, got into a relationship, but our error was we made a promise that unknowingly it was a pact that we did. And we're like, oh, when we get older, when we get older. And that never came by, but the communication was still there. The sad part was that even though when there were times we wouldn't even talk, he had his life, I had my life. One way or another, that pact brought us back together. And to me, I find it sad because he couldn't enjoy his life. He enjoyed his life to the fullest that he could. I tried doing it in my way, but
So,
I had
what did you really learn about relationship for yourself? Because I think that's really the big message in this story.
it. It was hard because I couldn't get the kind of relationship that I was looking for, and I had already a relationship that I wasn't really focusing on when I should have, and that's with my God. He was waiting to see, hey, I'm still here, I'm knocking. And even in my saddest moments, I would put a blindfold, not literally, but a blindfold that many of us sometimes carry. And it touched me deeply to the point that I wanted to finish everything. Not even my family knew what I held deep down. And
I don't think you even knew until you started writing.
that's when my poems were more stronger. I couldn't get in the emotions, I couldn't get it out any other way. And I was looking other places that I shouldn't have. I was looking through other people that I shouldn't have. And only God was able to get me out of that hole that I was digging myself in deeper. And everybody deserves to know that you can't literally be done. You can't say this is it because only God can say when you're done. But you have to say when you're done with that part of that life and be now I need to start anew.
And what does that look like? I know you have a ministry in your church with young adults, so tell us about that.
I'm the dance teacher. I'm in the ministry of dance at my church.
See, and I
And
never knew about that until you started writing this story. And I've known you for 2 years.
yeah, and I love those little girls. They're now teenagers. One of them is already a few of them are already in college. And wow, how time flies. Um but yeah, and there's another generation coming up where it involves my little sister who's 10 and she's now in the dance ministry and it's
Wow.
wonderful. It's wonderful because now is like I don't look in the past and cry anymore, but I can say thank you God because the I learned from that experience and put God first into everything else that's coming along in the future. And yeah, here's this one's now in the future. Now is now.
Where is it taking you in your future? What do you see now that you started to reveal this? You've got insights, your connection with God is stronger, you're blossoming into this amazing goddess, that is helping, young women. Where do you see it going?
I see myself still in the children's ministry, in the dance ministry, because I want to see them grow into beautiful young women who can trust God in their relationships, that they don't just make a a childish path that I did, that they should know their path should come first with God and let Him lead them, and just trust in the process and in everything that He has for them.
Well, I hope you share your story with them. I know we talked a little bit about that and you weren't sure, but your story needs to be shared with young adults because you have so much value in it about your struggles, the way you thought in your head, the illusion, the fantasy of it, and how this beautiful outcome happened. You are a mentor to them on many ways, and God did put you in this position, just like all these other women have been talking about. God put you in this position to help them avoid similar things.
Yes. I spoke with them. I'm like, God, how can I speak with about to them about this? And it came up in a dance practice before their presentation last Sunday, actually. And I spoke a little bit about it to them, and they I'm always with a smiling face, so they don't really know what goes on with me, and they were shocked.
Yeah. I think a lot of people wear that smiley face and hide deep emotions and feelings and tragedies and relationship failures and all for whatever reason. And it's important, and that's why I'm really proud, seriously, every time that someone publishes their story or their books. I'm proud of you because it takes more than courage, it takes tenacity. It can bring up fear even to put it out there publicly, and then, oh my god, are these kids going to find out that this is what happened to me? And then maybe you feel stupid or dumb, but no, they're going to look up to you more, Irene, just like everybody else that wrote their stories.
Amen. Let it be God's will. Yes. Amen.
Amen. Do you have any last words of advice, encouragement, or anything that you want to send to our viewers out there today?
Just have faith. Have faith. Everything happens for a reason, and trust.
Have faith and trust. And I believe you're giving a book away today.
Yes. Signed book, signed autograph, and a couple little trinkets. So always remember you're strong and courageous. It's a pen
Ooh.
side. Um, it's little shoes, a keychain, but in the back says you are never alone.
Oh, I like that.
It's a book. It's a bookmark that says footprints. That you're
Oh,
never
that's a good one. I know that one. Yeah.
alone.
Okay, so we are going to see who is going to be the winner of the autograph copy and the trinkets that Irene has. And please, please, please be present. Bev McLean, is that? Let's see. No, Linda Bates. I don't think Linda is here. I haven't seen her. Has anybody seen her on live? And while we're here, I'm going to run this again because we didn't get a winner for too many goodbyes yet. So let's do that again. And Tika, pay attention so we can write these down, and we're going to do this again. White Light Healing, I believe. I know she was here. Okay. So White Light Healing is going to get a copy of my book. And let's do a second one because we had two. Let's get these out here. I got to get them off my desk. Tanya Pomeranski. I haven't seen her here, but let's take a moment and see if she pops up. I don't know. So we have okay, and let's do you one more time. Let's see who's going to win the autograph copy from Irene. Oh, I know Erica's not here. Oh, Erica's in Italy. Well, we're gonna have to do it one more time. We're just deleting all these, so your odds become better and better and better. Janice Brewer, are you here to get a copy of her book? Wow, I'm just going to have to be doing this later on when we're done and see who else we can get on here to win. So, okay, I am going to say goodbye to Miss Beautiful Irene. Thank you for joining us today. All right, we now have two patiently waiting women. Actually, a third one's coming in soon, too. We're running a little behind, and I thank you for your patience to be here. So, Lauren Ragusin and her buddy Nicole Walker are sitting out here patiently waiting. They are both friends. Ladies, do you mind if I put you on together? Is that okay? Okay, they're shaking their head yes. So they have been childhood friends, and Lauren keeps telling me this story about their wonderful childhood connection. They are both in this book because Nicole was in this one and she came back to do a second story. And the story in here that Nicole did, actually, oh, that one. I'm sorry. Boom, this one. That's right. Thank you, Nicole. This story that Nicole wrote in here actually helped Lauren heal. And now the two of them are here together. So let's bring on both of these women. There they go. Hi, ladies.
Hi, Nicole. Hi, Gloria.
Hi, Gloria. Hi, Lauren.
How does it feel, ladies, to grow up together, since 6 years old, and be here today together to promote your best-selling book? How does that feel? Who wants to go first?
I have to, Lauren. Excuse me. It is.
He's pushy, Lauren.
Yes, I am. It is such a gift, Gloria. I can't even begin to express. Lauren and I, of course, have gone on with the course of our lives, but meeting up with her again, like in this, and we've always stayed connected. I see the beauty of that soul that I met when we were 6 and 7. And Lauren, you have not changed. Your soul is just as it was. I'm like so in love with you.
Oh.
Lauren, what do you want to say?
Well, I will say, Nicole's book did heal me. I lost my mother-in-law, and I didn't go to the funeral because of COVID, which was a very hard decision. And I was praying that morning, and as soon as Nicole told me she's a published author, I ordered the book. I never opened it. And God told me to open it. And her story was about death and loss and grief. And
yeah, nothing is random. I love that.
Yes,
so even you opening it at that moment wasn't random.
Yeah. And it comforted me. And Nicole called me on my birthday last year and she said, Lauren, do you want to be in a book? And I said, what will I write about? But like Nicole said, this has just been like the most unbelievable experience. And God knew what he was doing when he picked me to be her friend over 40 years ago.
And you two have already coordinated book signings together, one in North Carolina and one in New Jersey.
Yes.
You live in 2 different states.
Yeah.
Yes.
When was the last time you saw each other in person?
It was 5 years ago for my 50th. Nicole came. I had a few friends I invited to my 50th birthday, and Nicole was one of those people.
Wow. So I'm kind of just going to interview you both real quick, so that you can, get to share a little bit. Nicole, earlier, Chris talked about, our perceptions of ourselves and why we love ourselves a certain way and having to fix our hair and put jewelry on and everything. And your story in here has to do with that because you got burglarized.
Yes.
But I want to know, how did it change your life when you realized the value versus jewels or yourself?
Gee, Gloria, I have all these notes here, so I have to think through it for a second. I had an option when we were burglarized to tarnish or find new ways to illuminate my soul. And no one teaches you how to heal from situations. And I, through a lot of pain, small steps, decided to try to find new ways to illuminate myself.
it was a long journey. My story was over 13 years ago. I can't say, as I mentioned, I don't think we're taught how to heal. I don't think we're shown, which is why I wanted to write my story, was because I do think we need to share with each other how we transfer and transform through a sensationalized, horrific experience. And I look back now 13 years later, and I just see a woman that, like, material items don't matter. I mean, I like things, don't get me wrong, but it's not about something of possession. It's about love and grace and listening and just knowing that we are blessed every day.
Absolutely. I just have to make an announcement. I just snuck into Amazon and did an update. And because of you out there purchasing this book, one of the categories that we have a shot in that, like, even though we're in number 2 for anthologies, the competition on that one is pretty big. But another one moved way up to number 6 called Midlife Management. So it is moving up, and because of you, thank you. Keep sharing that link today and help these ladies, these 2 childhood friends, go number 1 bestseller together. Wouldn't that be fun, Lauren?
Yes, it would.
So, Lauren, I'm just going to bounce back and forth with the 2 of you. I know your stories are completely different, but the same on some levels too. You wrote a very unique story. You were basically a woman in a very powerful position. You're still a very powerful woman. And guess what? You're as pushy as I am, maybe more so. Lauren has been the one in our group that has been cheering everybody on and helping them organize and giving them tips on social media and how to set up book launches. And she is literally a force to be reckoned with. And she's also giving away a gift basket today. So hang on and stay live. Lauren, what happened when, you found yourself in this position? And I know in your story you talk about it, but I want to kind of take it to the next level. And be raw and honest to our people, when you found yourself in a position that you were no longer in control.
Yeah, so my story is very timely. Every day I get a new email about a friend being laid off, and that's what my story is about. Over 5 years ago, I was laid off, first time in my career, and it was devastating. And so my story is, there's many things in my story, but the 3 things that I learned in writing this story was, one, about, myself, self-awareness about me. But I would honestly say that it's all about, we have to ask for help. And I was asking for help during this time. And I went into a very deep, dark depression. But what happened to me was miraculous. And all I can tell you, without giving away my story, is I now live my life pleasing God. And that is the only thing that matters in my life, is pleasing God.
Thank you. So I know you probably both prepared differently and didn't expect to come on together, and this interview is going to go a little bit differently. So Nicole, you're sitting here listening to your childhood friend, and how does it feel to know what she went through and where she is now?
Actually, the strength of Lauren's soul does not surprise me. And the strength of the love that she has. And Lauren and I, a lot of our relationship growing up was based in a youth group at our church. So I think we always had faith as a foundation between us, even though we were just, having a lot of fun in between all of that. And to know that Lauren was able to let herself kind of be tossed through the waters and be polished in the sands and the ocean and tumble around, and to then become this beautiful jewel on the sand that just, radiates the light that's shone down from God and wants to help others, doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, thank you. So there's someone who has a question here. Lauren, I'm going to throw it over to you because it came up when you were speaking. Where did you start writing your stories? And then Nicole, you can also answer that after Lauren does.
So I've been writing since I was 10 years old. I'm a writer by trade. I've never, ever written publicly about my feelings. And I would honestly say that was the hardest thing. And that really is where Gloria helped me tremendously. Because when you write for a living, I know how to write, but to really share my feelings and make someone feel it. And what I will say, having known Nicole my whole life, Nicole's writing is just absolutely exquisite. Like I read books, I wish I could write like that. So writing my story, it was hard for me because I don't write like that. But I have to say, like Nicole's story and everyone's story, as a writer, I'm just in awe of how the stories are written, and they're just so beautiful.
And everybody writes differently. Everybody has a different way of presenting. In the beginning of the book, I even talk about the voices of the authors because they are different. And that's what brings, the beauty from their soul and their hearts forward. So don't compare out there. Don't compare yourself to other people because that happens a lot when I'm working with writers as well. I'm not as good as them. And then, we have Tika, who's not on live today, but she's in our background. She started as my personal graphic designer assistant. And she came in towards the end because her thing was, well, I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't write as good as them. But then what happened is you ladies, all of you here today, we were on a Zoom and you cheered her on, and she's already crying back there. I know it. She's probably saying, I'm not crying, you are. But because she couldn't come on here, ladies, I know that you got to read her story. I know you got to meet her on Zoom. What would you like to tell her about what she can do, Nicole?
Tika, there's nothing you can't do. Honestly, I am just blown away by your courage and your strength, and by all of you, all of the authors here today. Everyone's story has blown me away in just you being so willing to reveal your souls, and I thank you. And no, there's nothing that Tika can't do. There's nothing that any of us can't do, truly.
That's right. Absolutely. So, as a soul sister out there, Lauren, standing strong with our beautiful Tika today, what do you want to tell her?
So I'm going to do a shameless plug because this is who I am. Tika is a graphic extraordinaire. So all of you who are on this call, you've seen me posting on social media videos. That is the creation of Tika. And when I tell you she's not just a talented person, she's just an absolute beautiful person. And when you read her story, you will be bonded to her.
Absolutely. Do you see, those of you listening or watching the replay, and if it's a replay, hit pound replay. Do you see how beautiful these women are upholding each other? That's what we do. It is not just about the story that they're putting on and their vulnerability, but they are now reading each other's, and I'm getting chills right now. And they're supporting each other. You'll see them on social media supporting each other's reviews and stories and doing Facebook Lives. Get to know them all. They are all incredible. Now, Nicole, I know you got all these notes there, and I know you want to say something else, so go ahead and give it to us.
You know, there's a lot of beauty to be found in vulnerability. I know that's not an easy thing. We are not geared in this world to be vulnerable, but inside that is opportunity to learn more about the strength of who you are as an individual. So don't shy away from it. You can go somewhere quiet. It doesn't have to be a quick thing, but understand that that is something that is created within inside of us. It is a gut reaction. It is your instincts letting you know there is more to who you are and wanting it to come out.
And you, my friend, I have loved watching your personal healing and your growth and your story, even being burglarized and taking heirloom jewels and stuff. And you don't need any of them, but sometimes we think that, and they are pretty and we still love them. But your message is absolutely perfect. Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Gloria.
Yeah.
Pleasure working with you too, Gloria.
Yeah, second time.
Appreciate
You need your novel to come out soon. So Bev is asking, did you write alone or do you have someone championing you? She's got some good questions out there. We're going to need to have a Zoom just on that. Who wants to answer that, Nicole or Lauren?
So I'll take it. So I'm going to get sentimental here. The person, he's not alive anymore, is my dad. And as a young girl, my dad was very hard on me, but he saw something in me that I didn't see. And my dad died when I was 19. So I do what I do for a living because of my dad. And, he's not here anymore, but I know that he's looking down and he's probably saying, "Great job, honey."
Absolutely. Absolutely. You both, all of you did a great job. I joke about herding cats, and even though it is hard with 14 different personalities, all our schedules, different time differences, and everything, I have to say, in the 3.5 months that all of you came together, you did some amazing, amazing writing here. I know a lot of you are going through other transitions in life right now. Tika just lost her mom, so send her some love too, and that's one of the reasons why she's in the background today. But even our next guest coming up has gone through so much, and I know a lot of you are sick this week. And Lauren, you're healing, and our next guest Margaret is, and we have Anne Marie in Venice, and she couldn't come on, Venice, Italy, that is, okay. But each one of them did not give up no matter what. And I didn't give up on them either. So when we lock arms together, that's what makes us all stronger. And I know that many of you reached out and made new friends through this and will be everlasting friends. And hopefully we'll all get to meet in person one day. But if you happen to live in Paris, 5 of us are meeting in Paris, March 24th and 25th. So maybe you'll get to see us strolling the streets. Quick ending, ladies, because we're going to do our little wheel and see who's won what you're giving away. Nicole?
I hope that everyone buys many copies of the book, and there is a message in each story that is just for you to understand. So please read them all and just embrace them and enjoy them.
And you know what we forgot to tell everybody? Oh my God. You ever write a book, you ever read a book and you're like, oh God, I need to get a notebook and write that because that was really good. You don't have to do that. I included journal pages for all of you in here so that if there's something that's inspiring you or you decide you want to write a book based off of Nicole's or somebody, oh yeah, I gotta remember that. I gotta do that. I want to write my book. So there are journal pages in here too. Okay. Lauren, how about you?
All I would say is, because I think it's for all of our stories, whether what you believe in, whatever your religion is or your faith is, there is a message here for all of us. And sometimes when we're going through it, we just can't see it. But I know for myself, when I look back at my life, everything has happened for a reason. So just always stay strong and keep the faith.
Absolutely. So I know we ran over because we just have all these wonderful women and we have to share them. These prizes are taking up some time. So you ladies ready to give your prizes? Nicole, what's your gift?
I have a copy of each book that I am in. Thank you, Gloria. That I would love to send to a winner and autograph it and just encourage them to write their own story.
All right. So let's bring this up again and spin that wheel. And please be out there to claim your prize. Pat Van, are you out there? I'm going to give you 30 seconds to get on here and claim your prize. If not, we're going to go and spin again. So while I'm waiting for her, Lauren, what is your prize?
So mine, you can see it in the background. So I do Pampered Chef as a hobby. So it's a Pampered Chef gift basket and a signed copy of the book.
All right, let's see if the winner is out there, and then I'll spin one more time for the books. Sally Mall, are you there? Gosh, all these people that signed up and registered, and I haven't seen you on live. So I'm just going to talk here for a second and give them an opportunity. Tanya, yeah, but Pat. Okay, so was that the other winner, Pat? Tika, are you keeping track of this while I'm doing this? Hello, Tika, help! I think we still have let me spin for, let's see, I gave one book away, but the other one we still need a winner, don't we? Let's go spin again for another copy of my book. This one, Too Many Goodbyes, with this little thing. And because I have extra copies of other books, I'm going to give away Fearless in Heels too. Vanessa Wallace, I don't believe I've seen you out there, but I'll give you a short opportunity. Sally is there. Well, don't say you never win anything, because you do. Can you tell me which one came up for you? Okay, so that I know and Tika can write it down. So Sally, when I was spinning, which one did you get?
Pampered Chef. She got mine.
She got yours. Okay, I'm glad. Yeah. And Vanessa is here. Okay, so just, you got to email me. So everyone that is coming up as a live winner, please, here is my email address. Email me. I'm going to need your address and remind me which one you won, and we'll compare it with the list that Tika is making. Okay. All right. So we got to go back and do yours again, Nicole. Is that correct?
I think Pan Van said she was here.
Oh,
is that correct?
okay.
Did I see that, Paulina?
Pat Van is here. Okay. All right.
And
Paulina said
Sally.
that. I'm not. Oh, yeah, she's here. Okay. So we have the winners for that. And so let's see. We have Pat.
Yay.
Vanessa. I don't know. Who's Vanessa? Okay.
Vanessa was one of the last ones that was spun, right?
For your books, Gloria. Vanessa.
Okay. Well, she has to come on. We can't do it for them. They have to come on. So where are you, Vanessa? Okay. I am going to let you gals go. Okay. Thank you so much for being here.
Gloria. Thank you, Lauren.
Right. Thank you, Gloria. Hi, Nicole.
All right. And then I am going to spin another time because I have so many prizes here. We have to give them away. Bonnie Bonadeo earlier, when you guys, were on, she has a book, 2 of them signed. So let's spin again, and hopefully you're out there live and you can win 2 copies of these books. Darlene Klein. Darlene, I know Darlene. Yes, Darlene Klein. Okay, so Darlene's going to get on here and say yes. Oh, cool. Yeah, their friendship is inspiring. All right, we've got more. We have a grand prize coming up, and we have another special prize. So we have, let's see. We have autographed books from Chris. Oh, you're out there. I saw you out there. Okay, so April, you won the copies from Chris Jose. Okay, now I have one more guest I'm bringing up, but I have some big prizes coming up. All right, big prizes. And I want to spin for one of those right now. Who would love to learn how to write like these ladies did? Anybody? Because what I'm going to do, if you just heard that message, I'm going to go create another Wheel of Fortune only for the people that are live here, because there's so many missing here today. Oh, I want to give this away. So while we talk to our next guest, hold on a second, I am going to add new names. So tell me if you want. Hold on a second. I'm trying to do this all at once. It's a little crazy. Okay, so I'm going to write your names down, and then I'm going to go put them in a new wheel while our next superhero comes on. So we have Bev Wilkes, we have Pat Keel, we have Claire, we have Anthony, We have Jackie. I'm just going to put first names because this wheel is going to be smaller. And yeah, so I'm just going to give you an opportunity to write your names here if you would like to be in the spin for coaching, which is worth $1,500. Hold on. In the meantime, let's welcome our superhero who has been waiting patiently for an hour. Here she is,
Or
Miss
longer,
Margaret. What's that?
Since 12 o'clock, 2.5 hours, but
yeah, you've been waiting.
worth
Yeah, but
waiting. Worth waiting. Last
well,
but not least,
you've had to wait for a lot of things in life, lady, didn't
I
you?
have had to wait. And at 71, I've developed a lot of patience.
You sure
So,
have. And I got to
as
tell
long as
you,
I don't fall asleep or lose my voice from coughing all week with COVID, we'll be okay. So I don't look
you're
very
okay.
good with
There's
my
a
gray
reason for
hair
everything.
on this white door. I need to, I don't know. I need to paint the
Let's
door
have some
red.
fun. Let's have some fun. You are the final one today. We're going to have some fun. I looked today at Margaret's story again. And for those of you that don't know, this 71, as she says, year old woman, she can fly through the air with the greatest of ease and come out. Even though doctor said, we can't save you, you're going to die. 3 times near death, 3 years, and she literally did fly through the air. Do you have a cape? You must have a cape.
No, but I have a crown, like a queen's crown.
Well, you
I've been
deserve a
trying to
crown.
embrace it. But maybe I'll add a cape. That's probably, and some wings, some angel wings and a cape. Yeah, I like that idea.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Maybe
So
maybe a battery powered backpack, since I have limited mobility with my knee. So
I
if a
think you've
hog
had
ever
a few of
chases
those
me
little.
again, I can just push the button and fly to my car.
Well,
How
you
about that?
know, when you opened that door to the basement and didn't know there was steps and you thought you were walking into a bedroom, I think you had some of that stuff hidden in your spirit that helped you, because it's amazing that you are here after taking that huge leap, fall, crash, and breaking things.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel very blessed. Very
You
blessed.
are very blessed.
It
So
was
what message do you have
it's
out
not
there?
meant to be.
Is this the first time that no, you've published a story before, didn't you?
Yeah, about 12 years ago, gosh, when my brother died, I wanted
Okay.
to write about my life story. And it was a horrible experience, to be honest. It was a traditional publisher. Right after the book came out, they went out of business, convicted of fraud. I didn't
Oh,
get
I hate your.
any of the help that I'm getting from you. It was pay a lot of money, buy a lot of books. And they did arrange a few book signings maybe and a little bit of publicity. But I was out there on my own and editing. God, they should have just torn my book apart because I was a member of a writers group and they would critique it. And it was, I wrote church newsletters, I wrote business proposals at work. But this is a different kind of writing when you're writing from your heart and soul about your own life. And they didn't give me any help. They shouldn't even have published the book. It was
Well,
that
let's
bad.
talk about some positive things here, okay? Let's close this up with
Yeah,
some
I did.
positivity,
But
okay?
working with
Because
you was
I
positive.
I relate
Working
to
with you
you,
was
Margaret. I've
positive.
had that kind of stuff happen.
Yeah, a lot has changed with self-publishing.
Yeah. So in this
So
process, you did an amazing job, okay? And I want to commend you for that. And Jackie Gale says your crown looks beautiful. So let's talk about this experience that you had, because you've been through a lot and they'll read that in your story. But how and can you uplift the community of people out there in this world to not give up? Because you didn't give up. You didn't believe the doctors. You kept moving forward, and then you go and become a mental health counselor. And then you recently got your chaplain ministry. Lady, you're amazing.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Come on.
chaplain
Cheer her
was
on,
something
everybody.
I always wanted to do, but I didn't want to be a minister. And chaplain was a little bit too close to being a minister, but I think what I've learned in the last 4 or 5 years in working with mental health and particularly with the homeless community out in the field, out in real life where they are living, helping with hurricane victims, at the drug clinics, at the hospitals, where people are living life and living life at the hardest. I was a minister, and I was just calling myself a substance abuse coach or substance abuse counselor, actually, but I was really a minister. I was ministering to people in their most difficult times of life and all kinds of horrible mental health situations. I was a minister. I just didn't want to call myself that. And so now I'm a chaplain. And but what I want to do is combine. I want to continue my mental health work and maybe incorporate God and church and community a little more. When you work for a mental health agency, you're not supposed to talk about God or prayer. You might can tell your clients to meditate and even help them learn to meditate, but you always walk that fine line of, you know, we're we're not a church, we're an agency. So now I work for myself. I actually had a part-time job, but yesterday was my last day. So I'm just going to venture out on my own and with all the certifications that I have, but with a lot less limitations, hopefully. So if it offends you, if I talk about God, then I won't talk about God because
Margaret,
I think
I
God
think,
loves anybody,
yeah,
and
I
I think
think
He
what
loves you wherever you are, and you may not,
yeah.
or we. I don't know what that noise is. What is that noise?
I don't hear it. It's
It's
probably on your
perfectly
end.
quiet where I am. I have nothing on. I have no animals.
Well, it's a
What is it?
feedback probably on your side. So what I want to say is that there is a theme through this, and if you've listened today for this long event,
Mhm.
everybody had a connection with faith and with God. And I think we are getting less afraid to bring that out because people have been afraid to, but there's so many people that even I work with, Margaret, that
Mhm.
want to talk about their faith. And there's nothing wrong with that because no matter what we believe in or what name we give it, it's all a spiritual connection that we have on our journey. And that's an amazing thing that has helped all of these writers even thrive in their life, especially you. I mean, I commend you for keep going and not giving up because even after the doctor said they can't save your leg and you may die, you're still out there helping people. So give this woman some love. Jackie says, I'm so impressed with your courage and desire to share faith with those who so need it. You are the carrier of what they need. Absolutely. Absolutely. So do you have any inspiration that you can give for others? Like what really helped you get through all of this?
God, the connection is really bad.
It's probably your internet.
Look how cute.
Just do the best you can.
I don't know. It's showing us. Yeah, it's showing a strong signal. I don't know. I wouldn't
That's
expect
okay.
it to be easy, and I don't mean for that to sound
No. We're not going to even go
but
there.
I'm
Okay,
used to
we're not going
trudging
to end
forward.
this,
Uh,
Margaret. We're not going to end it that way. It's all the way it's supposed to be. Tell us what inspired you to keep going.
uh, Probably because at 65, I decided to change careers and get out of banking and become a counselor. And when all of this, and I went back to school and, I got more certifications.
Yeah, you're doing a
I spent
lot. So
time, I
my
spent money, and then I started having all these accidents. I
yeah,
wasn't going to quit. I was not a quitter. And I was enjoying what I was doing more than I ever enjoyed working in the corporate world. I felt, I,
I felt connected to what I was doing. I felt inspired by it. I felt what it was what I was supposed to be doing. So I wasn't going to quit.
So you knew
If
that.
anything, I thought that maybe everything that was happening made me a better counselor because I could share a lot of my personal stories, which it's never too much about you when you're working with the other person, but you can share a little bit. You can say, I know how it feels when the doctor looks at you and says you might die. I know what it feels like when you lose your house, when you get a divorce, when you lose your car. Uh, when you've been through a lot of hardships, you can relate, and I related much better to my mental health clients than I ever did to people in the banking world. So I felt like I was finally finding my calling when all of my other friends were quitting work and going to the beach and sitting in their recliner and watching Netflix. I wanted to go back to school and learn how to help other people.
Yay!
So,
Paulina says your determination and tenacity is intoxicating. Nedra says you are a true inspiration. Bev says you are ministering from your heart. And Tika, I know that you helped Tika with her mom just before she passed. And she said you helped her get through all of this. It was divine alignment. And then Jackie says you are truly living, you didn't give up. It's brilliant to hear you say that you found your calling. Yeah, so at any age we can find our calling, right, Margaret?
yeah, yes. Colonel Sanders, just one of many.
Yeah, there's actually a lot of people that
And I am
achieve
from the South.
great
I like
things.
my Kentucky Fried Chicken. But, yeah.
When I started to do research about when and what age do people really hit not just success in a job, but a success in their calling, it's usually 70s and above.
Mhm.
Did you know that? Yeah. So
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I'm looking at my list here. You're giving away an autographed copy so they can get a story too, right? Is that correct? Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm going to bring up the wheel again
Yes.
and find
Yes.
the other one that I had because oh dear, where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh my goodness. Well, you know what's going to
Okay. Are
happen.
you looking for the wheel?
You know what's going to happen. This is all divine timing. I'll tell you that because we've been wanting people to be live, and that's not been so easy today. Guess what just happened? That first one, it disappeared. And the second one that I put with all the new names of the people that have been so faithful hanging out here, that's the one that we're going to use. So that means there is more opportunity. So if you are live right now, I have to go back in here and recreate this. I'm sorry, that it's taken a little bit of time here. But I think we'll have a lot of winners because you're out there. So tell me if you're here, and I am going to put your name in this one and try not to confuse this. So Tanya, I have you. Bev, Jackie Gale, you're here. So I'm going to put Jackie Gale. Okay, she's in here. Who else is still live and wants to be entered in these drawings? Claire is still here. Angeline Benjamin. I'm not sure. Nope, I got to put your name in there. See, good thing you hung out. Yes. All right. Anybody else? This is your last chance. Rain is here. Okay. Anybody else? Because I'm getting ready to spin, and you will win, Stacy, a copy of her book. And I still have more things to give away. Now they all come forward. Okay, Sherry. So this is what I have. I'm going to call out the names that I currently have. If I don't mention your name, please comment down for the last opportunity to get some of these books and to qualify for the $1,500 of writing coaching. I have Bev, Pat, Claire, Anthony, Jackie, Nedra, Tanya, Angelina, Rain, Stacy, and Sherry. Did I get everybody? If I didn't mention your name, please. So I've got Jill Gallagher is out there. She's been here the whole time. Did I mention everybody's name? If I didn't, I only want the persons that I didn't mention. I'll repeat it one more time. Bev, Pat, Claire, Anthony, Jackie, Nedra, Tanya, Angelina, Rain, Stacy, Sherry, Jill, and Lauren C. Yeah, you've been there too. Oh, Paula Rivera. Okay. All right. So I am getting ready to spin the wheel. All right. Let me just bring it up here so that you can see it. And thank you for all your patience, because I know this took a lot longer, but we got through it and you met some wonderful people. And here we go. This is for the autographed copy that Margaret, our superhero, is giving away. Going to Angelina, please get in touch with me. Email me. Tika, put her on the list. She is getting an autographed copy. So please make sure, Margaret, you write her name down. Let's congratulate Angeline. She's winning a copy of the autograph book. Now, I've got a bunch of prizes to give away, more books to give away. So let's run through that. Margaret, thank you so much for being here. And yes, Angeline, she's winning the book, but I still have more.
Thank you. I
More
enjoyed it.
people. Okay, thank you so much. We appreciate you, love you, and let's
There are more people
move
coming on.
them up. What's that? Okay, so Stacy, because I have you on the list here, that's why they heard your name. Okay, I am ready to spin again. Ready, set. Okay, so I have more books, lots more books to give away. I have a bag of books, actually, a whole bag of books that I am going to gift away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books in here, along with the bag. This goes to the next winner that has stayed here live. And the winner is Nedra or Nidra. I'm not sure how you say your name, but I know you've been here a lot. Congratulations. Please email me at gloriacoppola.com. Yes, we've got winners. Angeline, you won that book, so you need to be sure that you email me. Let me put my email up here again. Anybody who won, you need to email me and just remind me what you won, okay? I'm going to spin for what? Do you know what? Tell me what I'm going to spin for next. Well, before I spin, I'm going to tell you about something. I'm actually hosting a writing retreat in Italy. And if you heard, Irene came to several of my writing retreats where she began to learn about her own gift and her own power. Only this one is going to be fun, VIP. It happens to be just for women this time, so sorry. Okay. But I have one space left for the 2-week event. And if you are interested, you need to get a hold of me ASAP, because I am offering a discount off the 2-week writing retreat of $500. Okay. It's the last space I have. You need to get a hold of me immediately if you want to take advantage of this discount. Okay. And we'll get you to Italy this August. You'll have a blast. Okay. And now, let's see who wins the $1,500. It's 4 weeks. You have to be ready to be consistent, because I'm going to push you. Remember, 4 weeks of writing coaching to get started. Okay. I just heard your mother and your grandma is Rodine. She is going to be so excited. So we have our grand prize winner. Yeah, that is going to Rain. And let's see. Yes, the writing package. She got it. She got it. Absolutely. Let's give her a big congratulations. Rain, are you younger? I think you're younger. So this will be fun to work with you. Yes, yes. Way to go. Way to go. Thank you, everybody, for all your patience, for all your love, for helping these authors. Please email me, okay, if you want any of the prizes so that we can get them out to you. I need your address, all right? We truly, truly appreciate you supporting. Remember, we are changing the world, healing hearts and souls. And we do that when you get that review up there as well, okay? And tell people what you loved about the stories you read in Women Standing Strong Together. Bye, everybody. God bless you. And I look forward to having you in the next collaborative book, which there's going to be a special on that. I just don't have time to announce it because I know you've all been patient here. So I want to let you go. And if you haven't subscribed to my newsletter, please do on my site, on my website, because that is where I will be announcing the next collaborative adventure that we can do together. So go subscribe to the email today. Thank you, Rodine. Thank you, everybody who has been out there. It has been fun to get to know you. But you know what? You know what? I think I need to give another book away. Don't you think so? Who wants a book? If you're still here, raise your hand. I'm gonna spin it one more time. Do you think I should spin it one more time? Who says spin it one more time? Write your name. Spin it one more time. Go ahead. If you say it, I will do it. Okay, I am going to spin it one more time. All right, here we go. And you will get to pick the books that you would like. Woo! Tanya, are you still out there? Tanya, are you out there? Are you there, girl? Answer me. All right, I'm going to do it again. Whose ever name comes up, you get to pick 2 books. Tanya's there. Okay, Tanya, you're going to email me and tell me the 2 books that you want to receive, your choices. You've got Women Standing Strong. You've got Too Many Goodbyes. You've got Awakening the Consciousness. You've got Breakthrough. So I've got 4 choices here. I'm going to spin one more time. Who wants to try to win? Okay. We still having fun here? Okay. All right. So I'm going to put all the books up so you can see. These are the books. You got Breakthrough, Awakening the Consciousness, Too Many Goodbyes, and Women Standing Strong. The next winner gets to pick 2 of them. And Tanya, you do too. Okay. You pick two of those 4 books. All right, so here we go. One more time. If you are still live, you can still win. We got some diehards here. Yes, we do. Lauren C., are you still live? Lauren, if you are still live, you get to pick 2 of the 4 of these books. Are you there? Did she leave us? I'll do one more spin for 2 books. Lauren's there. Lauren, email me, and you get to choose. Let me put it up again so that you can see. You can get Women Standing Strong or Too Many Goodbyes. You get to choose 2, or Awakening the Consciousness or Breakthrough Wisdom of the Soul. Pick 2 and email me. You want me to spin one more time? One more time? What do I have to give? I have fairy wisdom to live by. Who wants to see if they can win this one? Gotta say, spin it, Gloria. You have anybody saying spin it? I'll spin it and you can win it. So this is a really unique story that Zing wrote. I had a blast with her learning about the connection she has with Mother Earth. Okay, Anthony says spin it. Rodine says spin it. All right, we're going to spin it for fairy wisdom to live by. And this is really a very powerful story through the stories of the fairies. Ooh, Anthony, who's been hanging out all day. Yay, Anthony, you get fairy wisdom. Oh my gosh, excuse me. I wish I had water here. I didn't expect this to be so long. Oh, so it's too much fun. I know I can't stop. You should see this room of all of these books I have that I want to give away. So those of you that are still on my spin wheel, I'm gonna put your name out there. Oh God, did I lose it? Well, you know who you are. Email me. If you see this and you email me, I will send you something special. If you didn't win a prize already, but you were on here at the end, okay? I think there was still about 5 or 6 more names. Anyway, God bless you all. I am so excited to get to know you guys, to have you here. Excuse me, I need a glass of water. To have you here supporting all of these amazing authors. And I'm going to go do one last check on Amazon. Let's see, did we move them up? Do you think we moved them up? What do you think? What do you think? I'm going to hope so. Let's cross our fingers and see that we got 6 reviews up now. That's a good thing. That's a really good thing. Did we move them up? Not yet. We're getting closer, but we've got to move them up more. So what does that mean? That means you need to go and share the link with all your friends, okay? With all your friends, and maybe go tell them something really cool and fun that you learned about today on this live, and make sure they go order the book, okay? Thanks, Anthony. Thank you all for being here. Much love to everybody. Remember, email me. Yes, get those reviews in. Email me if you were the last ones here on that wheel and you didn't win something, okay? Oh, I'm so glad you loved it. So, ciao, ciao, as they say. I hope to see you in Italy. If you want to be part of that writing retreat, get in touch with me. And you got one opportunity to save $500 off the retreat for the 2 weeks. My email, I will put it up again. Hold on a second. So for all of you that are still hanging here, that were on that wheel, that second wheel, go email me. I got something special for you too. Okay? Just for being tenacious and hanging in there. All right. God, thank you all for helping all our authors. And remember, the next chapter of your life can be the best chapter ever. Ciao.